just forewarning everybody, I didn't take notes because I'm me, but I'm willing to do it.
Why does it not
Just so
surprise
you know,
me?
you're live.
Okay. In that case, last week, we started off our session still on the airship that I remember the name of, but I'm not gonna say because I don't want to.
Spoilers.
Yeah. We'll just call it the Millennium Falcon because that's basically what it was.
It's the Century Eagle.
It's the Medusa. Oh.
That was cover up for
Yeah.
actual
It's
shit.
all.
It's all a lie. So yeah, we started off just after Gabriel's and Ulfgar's sparring match that went swimmingly for Gabriel. And we spent some more time dirtling about on the ship. I think Omega got robbed of some of his booze, and like the cook got really drunk and in trouble and whatnot. And then what else did we do on the ship that's of importance before
People fought Ulfgar again, and by
Yeah.
people, Bird.
Durkar and Ulfgar had a sparring match in which Ulfgar lost a toe.
Yep.
And his beard got burned off.
Yep.
That's true.
Slightly. Not all of it was burned off.
Only 75%.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just most of it.
Not
Actually,
that
it was 74.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Most
74.
of it.
So yeah, Ulfgar now has a short beard again. Still blue, but short. And he's missing a toe. And then
And I have both of those things.
yes.
Durkar, you
I-
gained my respect, though.
No, that's good.
That's priceless.
I also distinctly remember a cuddle puddle.
Yeah.
You're the only one that remembers.
I remember.
Yeah, because
The Fontaine's treasure.
Yeah, we all piled into Gabriel's room, and he informed them all about the increased information that he got on Captain Fontaine's treasure about an ancient elemental who was the original owner of the eye, and legend has it that if you return the eye, then they'll grant you a true wish. So that's definitely on the party's to-do list. But before that happened, or before that happens, rather, we have other business to attend to. We went to the Blacklands and visited, what's the name of the town? Gildorn? Gildorn? Yeah.
Mhm.
We arrived at Gildorn finally, and ended up going to meet the mayor of the city because it's very restrictive on who can travel in and out. So he wanted to meet us and make sure that we weren't gonna blow up the city or anything.
By casting
And yeah, and so we met the little deep gnome. Is his name Brax as well, or?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Brax.
Okay, well, we met Brax and Curtis, the beholder that he uses as a chair, and
And protection.
Such a Brax thing to
protect
do.
And he showed us how, or rather, where they get their mithril from, which was essentially just this massive cavern full of petrified angels. And they've just been chipping away at these dead angels to melt them down and get the mithril, which is badass. And also, I'm sure, incredibly blasphemous.
Yeah.
But
it's shocking.
We don't know
yeah.
whose angels they are.
But they're
I think they
still
were Charlie's,
angels.
right?
Yeah, one of them
Thanks.
actually had Clarence on it.
Well, I don't think I want to play in this game anymore, guys. I think I'm gonna.
That was one Charlie's Angels reference. Too many.
Yeah.
You crossed the line, damn it.
So yeah, we talked to Brax about being able to use the Hellforge and
No.
what?
It was
Not-
That
the
is not what it's
Hellforge.
called.
Not
Starforge.
the Hellforge. Starforge, that's
Starforge.
what it's called.
The Soul Forge.
Yeah.
No,
No.
not that either.
Starforge.
There you go.
I was watching an Iskill video in which he was building something he called a Hellforge. Anyways, we got permission to use the Starforge, or rather to take our piece of hell to the Starforge to be formed into a weapon, because none of us know how to helm such a contraption. And I think that we left off before going up there to actually like see it, right?
Definitely
we
did.
didn't get up there yet. And Brax said he'd be willing to let us do that in exchange for a Lich Heart.
Yes.
Which we would have to
So.
get later.
Yeah.
But supposedly this weapon will help us to do that.
To kill said lich. And anybody who might be tuning in right now that didn't know, we happen to know a lich personally. His name's Jimmy. He's kind of an asshole, and he
Only a
tricked
little
us
bit.
Only kind
into
of.
destroying an entire city and murdering like 20,000 people.
Right,
But-
which is a bit of a dick move.
He's also kind of cute, so
Reg,
Oh,
he's not
you know
cute.
what?
Yeah,
He
it
was not
actually
described as cute at all.
described as ugly. and
Clarify.
then-
His skin is like hanging off weird. It's obviously, a really gross disguise.
I think it's like somebody's flesh put over his own face, right? Is
yeah, that's
kind
hot.
of-
You never seen
Um,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Fucking Leatherface vibes.
Don't
was
fuck
thinking,
Leatherface, you fucking
something-
freak.
I was thinking something from the Dark Tower, but I don't know if I should say. That might be spoilers.
Yeah.
I
Spoiler
thought-
alert.
Described as what's his name from Men in Black?
Edgar?
Bug.
Will
Edgar.
Smith?
Edgar.
Oh, yeah,
Edgar.
yeah.
Eggers.
That's a good way to think of it.
And if that's
Uh.
spoilers for anyone, where have you been?
Yeah. Dude, go right now and watch Men in Black.
Don't watch the stream, just watch
That
Yeah.
movie came out,
Just-
what, 97 or something like that?
Just stop and go watch that movie.
It was a quality movie, regardless.
It's a fantastic
Yeah.
movie.
Oh, and the special effects have held up so well. It's amazing.
Really, they're
Yeah,
so
they're
intimately
really
Like-
real.
Yeah, they're legitimately good.
It's like Jurassic Park.
Well,
Yeah. The one that was crazy
But with aliens.
was that the talking fish they had on the wall? Man, if
Yeah.
only you could do that in real life.
Yeah, that's silly. Fish can't talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, fish can't talk. I'm not a fish.
Alright.
no, you just do a lot of fishing.
No, actually.
Cat.
Oh, what? Oh. Touche. Touche.
Oh, Liam.
You dirty fisher.
Yeah, I am. Guilty as charged.
So, yeah, I don't think I missed anything important.
We did get lore about elementals.
No, he mentioned the elemental lore.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Way less than you thought. Than you think.
Yeah, Jen, maybe if you listened to me.
Gosh.
I missed it. I'm sorry. Okay, carry on.
As you should be.
Carry on my wayward soul.
I wouldn't be D&D without random song excerpts.
There'll be peace when you are done.
Okay, well, we're gonna get flagged by Candace
The-
now. Thank you.
The lyric is gone, so you're actually good.
Oh,
Is it?
Pretty sure.
Okay.
well, it's done.
I've never watched a lyric video to that song. I've only ever listened to it. So okay.
I listen.
It's a good song, either way.
It is a really good song.
Yeah, it's really great, you guys.
So, yeah, that's the session. Have a good one. No, I'm
It's been great. Just every session, we just recap the last session, and that's it.
And then we agree on a couple things. and
So
we leave.
last week, we recapped.
Yeah. So you guys, I believe, we're on your way to go to the Starforge,
Not the Hellforge.
not the Hellforge. Very
Soul
different.
Forge.
Although if there's a Hellforge, I want to see
Not
that
a-
too.
Not the Soul Forge either. That is a thing that exists in D&D, and this is not that.
Yeah, no, I figured.
That also exists within this world, but it's not here.
Oh, well, let's go visit that. That sounds really fun.
Is Thor holding the Starforge together?
No.
Oh. Can we get?
Though now that you've made that point, I'm gonna have to rethink what the Starforge looks like because it just dawned on me that that's
Is there a giant Peter Dinklage anywhere?
that's a.
That's not a
Uh,
bad thing.
I'm just gonna let it roll. I didn't realize that I was subconsciously basing it off of that.
Can we get Stormbreaker?
No,
Damn
You're-
it!
you're gonna get a different weapon, presumably.
What about Gorehowl? Can
I
we get
mean,
Gorehowl?
Basically, gonna get a Necro Sword.
we I mean, kind of already have a meat weapon.
Can we get Frostmourne? I want Frostmourne.
What?
Hey everyone,
From
like
World of Warcraft.
the relevant WoW jokes, ha, because
No.
new expansion, everyone, haha.
Let's.
I'm relevant.
So yeah,
No, I think we should call it a night.
Yeah, I think that will end the session.
let's just reconvene without Ryan.
Or
Yeah.
we can just,
Ryan.
play because.
Ryan, why do you have to take everything beautiful and just make it dirty?
Let's just take him off guard and play. Sometimes he's not expecting.
I assumed you all already did that.
Wow, he's onto us.
So anyway, yeah, we're heading towards the Starforge.
Yeah, that's do that. So, the mayor, Brax, and Curse pointed you in the direction of the Starforge, and it's not really that hard to find. You can just follow the buckets. They're going up the mountain. There's a path.
Is there a staircase?
I mean, yeah.
Is it carpeted?
No, it's not carpet. It's on a mountain.
Oh, well, you should probably think about adding a carpet in there. I'll talk to them about it.
Anyway, you begin ascending this staircase up the side of the mountain, and it's a good many steps. It's probably 500 or more.
We should just levitate.
It's leg
You
day.
could
Come
go-
on.
Go, yeah, that's a good idea. Why don't you do that, Liam?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Just
cast
have
fire.
Dirkar carry you.
Oh, Durkar.
I mean, that's definitely what I would do.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
especially if you
Yeah.
started talking about casting levitate.
can you carry me? Because these shoes are not meant for these hard, uncarpeted stairs.
Of course, sire. That is why I'm here.
Thanks.
Can't he change those boots at will? You could just make them actually, practical.
Yeah, do that.
But they're really glamorous right now, and that would kind of ruin the vibe. You know, I'm trying to make a good impression on the Starforge people.
On the Starforge itself.
He's just hoping that Thor's there.
I don't think you've
Yeah.
ever made a good impression.
I
Ever.
really am. Well,
It's
that's
funny
good.
too that's probably the case because he has just crazy high.
Yeah. So, I do have really high charisma. Thank you. for pointing that
Michael
out.
makes better first impressions than you.
Okay. Well, let's get back to the Starforge.
Yeah. So you you ascend the staircase and you get to the top, and the top of the mountain is sort of a it's like a, I guess it'd be like a caldera. It's like a big domed in part. Looks like an old volcano, but it's much smaller than a volcano would be. Probably about 100 yards across or so. And nestled at the bottom of this is a very large metal structure. It is hexagonal. It is three stacks. Sort of looks like a wedding cake of hexagons. At the top of it, suspended probably about 60 feet above via thin mithril supports, is a very large lens that is completely in line with the horizon. And that extends above the top of the caldera, about roughly 60 feet down. And that lens is focusing, or appears to be focusing, the light from the night sky into a small, very, very brightly glowing crystal at the top of this structure, which is in turn sort of shooting a beam of light down into the center of this large metallic contraption. Each face of the hexagon on the bottom is well, it's flat, and in the center of that is a my drawings are always.
Boy.
We know that.
Hey, use the new tools.
Just
Yeah.
imagine that it's a big dick. And
No, don't imagine that. It's not.
It's just a big dick.
I'm gonna be very impressed if you manage to turn a stack of hexagons into a dick.
well,
No, I'm just gonna draw one face of the hexagon from side view. Of like this would be the bottom layer. Oh wow, so many.
It's just
Option.
covered in dicks.
So at the bottom is a door shaped kind of like this, like a port opening or a portal. And it's ringed with mithril blocks. The forge itself is made out of some sort of metal, but it's not mithril. It looks kind of like iron. It's very black, and it almost looks like it's covered in soot, even though it's pretty apparent there's no coal being used. Emitting from all of these is a very, very bright, think like a flash bulb, but like it doesn't turn on. Light is coming out of these, and it's just sort of blasting out in columns from this hexagon, and it's illuminating the inside of this caldera. And sort of bustling around the forge itself is a team of probably like 30 or so. I mean, I don't think you sit there and count them, but about 30 or so dwarves, and they're hurriedly grabbing the chunks of angel from these buckets that are being dumped out in sort of a pile at the bottom of the like the rope lift, and they're chucking them into these openings, but they're only throwing them into 3 of the available 6 openings. The other 3 openings seem to be reserved. They're not putting anything in those. You can't really see into it. It's super duper bright, and these dwarves are all wearing like thick black goggles.
Is it sort of like a hand ski lift situation with just like buckets hooked on?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like, yeah, it's like a ski lift, but there's large wooden buckets
Oh, they have wood for buckets?
Apparently, at some point they did. They're old, like they're beaten up. Some of them have been patched with bits of metal.
Are there any extra goggles like hanging on the wall
Um,
or outside?
it doesn't, like, you can't see if there are any. But you're also at like the top, so you're looking down into this.
Do they all look busy? Or is there one guy like supervising?
Yeah, most of them look busy. But there is like a group of like four kind of standing off to the side, and they appear to be moving large. They look like blocks of sand.
Well, Ulfgar, you're the dwarf. You do great talking to them, right?
We'll see. There a way to make my way down there?
Yeah, the path extends down.
Yeah. Down and beat the dwarves. Oh, in dwarvish too.
Oh, what do you say?
Dwarves be considered like cousins? Greet them, cousin, you know, hey cousin, what's up?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Ah,
you could do that. Yeah, I think that would be a dwarvenly way of greeting each other. Better than
Yeah.
common.
Brother.
Get it
Y'all-
with them, because she also speaks in
Little known fact, dwarvish is just the way that Macho Man Randy Savage,
Yeah.
just slightly more incomprehensible. Only slightly. It doesn't need much help.
With a Scottish accent. Thick Scottish accent, yeah.
Yeah, imagine Macho Man Randy Savage doing a Scottish accent. That's the extra bit of incomprehension.
Yeah, I was just gonna go. Greetings, cousins. We're told that you could help us.
Okay, but now you got to do it in Macho Man Randy Savage.
I can't.
Greetings, cousins.
No, that's
Just like I can't
So,
do the Scottish
which-
accent.
yeah.
Me neither.
You're a dwarf with a Scottish accent that can't do a Scottish accent. That's okay. I can't do it when I'm trying either. So, which group of dwarves are you greeting?
The four that are moving the sand blocks.
Okay, yeah. As you get closer to, you notice that the sand blocks are very clearly molds, and you can hear them kind of bickering as you walk up about like which to use, like what they're gonna make. And at your greeting, one of them, who looks a little bit gruffer than the rest, kind of turns and looks confused by everyone. And then he kind of like waves, and he goes, "You've met the mayor?"
Yes, he told us you could help. We need something forged.
Well, you've come to the forge. That's a good start. And he kind of like walks away from the group. They're still bickering about what.
Can I tell what they plan on making?
Yeah, one of them wants to make an axe. One of them wants to make a dagger, and one of them wants to make a spearhead.
Maybe form a carpet or an acorn stair lift, because it was really inconvenient for me to have my servant carry me up here because I I really wanted to walk as much as I could in these boots.
Does Val speak Dwarvish?
No.
Then you don't know what they're talking.
Oh. Well.
I know
Sorry.
Dorish too.
They're very much bickering.
Well, that's clear now.
And he responded in Dwarvish.
I say dwarves these days and elvish to Val.
Yeah.
One of the three that was arguing about weapons looks at you and raises an eyebrow and then goes back to bickering.
Dwarves are all pitching in these days like communists.
I think they can understand us.
Oh. Hi. I really love dwarves. And their amazing strength. Ulfgar, take it away.
I would have voted for the dwarves if I could. If they gave him a third term, I would have. You know.
Yeah.
The dwarf that separated from the group talks to Ulfgar. And, what do you need then?
Question: who has the piece of soul rod?
Me.
Of course.
I'm gonna look up. Also at the top.
Yeah, we're here. Or I'm here.
Al, can you send Durkar down with that piece of hell?
Well, I could do it myself.
You're going to walk down? We can have Durkar walk down.
There are stairs to walk down.
Ooh, uncarpeted too, I suppose. And are they made of rock? Stone?
Yeah, they are hewn from the mountain itself.
That's a lot for me. But I'll do it. I bring down the hell rod.
You're still on my back, I presume.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Is it still? It was.
Val
It was.
kicking his feet, landing on Durkar's back.
Yeah.
Giddy up.
Hey, Durkar, when we go to kill the big bucks, just forget about this.
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about, sire.
Right. Okay. No, yeah, sure. And I'm gonna hand Ulfgar the hell rod. Here you go.
Is it still wrapped up?
Yeah, wrapped up.
Okay.
Definitely.
I will take it. I assume there's some kind of table bench.
There's some stools on this side of the forge. On the other side of the forge are like a long row of anvils.
I guess I'll just hold it in my hand and uncover it without touching it. We're hoping to have this forged into a weapon. Would I know approximately? Probably get out of it if we forged it.
Yeah, you could probably get a short sword. You could probably get a rapier. You could probably get an axe head, hand axe, or probably a great axe. Sort of a combination. That
I vote for either a short sword or rapier because if, heaven forbid, Ulfgar is to fall in battle, I'm the most likely to use a weapon out of everyone, and those are the two that I can wield proficiently.
That's a valid point. Wow.
I was gonna go with a unit.
Does anyone remember what the effects of the sword that the Raven Queen? I know that you're using this on the Lich, but I just everybody remembers, right?
Was all three of the effects. The swords.
I think it was a +3 sword.
Yep.
+3. So I'm seeing demon slaying.
Nope.
Okay,
It's a different sword altogether.
that was
I know the one that you're referencing, not that one.
long time ago. All right.
I wouldn't know. I was most
You were-
likely not paying attention to that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were there, but yeah, you probably wouldn't care.
I have to find it in my.
Yeah, it's probably definitely. I would just say it, but it's way more fun to make you think through your notes.
Yeah, I don't remember, and it's a lot of notes to go through.
I'm not even gonna pretend that I wrote it down.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys.
I just kind of assume that Jen will.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair, because I do take notes every time.
Did you not write it down, Jen?
I have to find it. One second.
Kicked from the party. Oh my god.
Yeah, you're not allowed to sit with us anymore, Jen.
Oh,
Yeah,
fine, I'll
like
make better friends.
it's cool if all of us don't write it down. Just don't pretend you did.
Yeah.
Well, I know I did. I've got 4 notebooks.
So
Like,
okay, I'll just say it. Being that it is sort of the Master of Swords, it sort of
Whoa.
yeah, it's totally rad. Tubular. It's also makes a really good surfboard.
shit.
It exerts its will over other swords, and thus its user only have to.
Wait, what was that?
The one sword to rule them all.
Its
I can
user
just-
only takes half
Half
damage.
damage.
from swords.
Imagine this sword
Half
as like a
damage.
dude bro,
From what?
asserting
Swords.
its dominance over other swords.
So I think this is the DM
It's the alpha
giving
sword.
us a slight hint that maybe it shouldn't be a short sword.
Yeah, I mean it's totally up to you guys. Obviously, I'm not gonna tell you not to, but I'm just, in case you want to use this sword that you're getting made, especially because it's gonna
I
be powerful
mean,
against her.
ultimately, it's Ulfgar that's going to be using it the most.
Right, and it also
So-
depends. Like maybe you're gonna retire it after you kill the lich. Who knows? I don't.
If
It
he
explode.
wants to make like an axe out of it or something, then I'm fine with that. I just figured I'd put it out there that
Right. Is there any other weapons that you can use?
simple weapons, hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers, and short swords. So all of the swords.
Yeah, that's pretty much all the swords.
Will we have to give up whoosh? Will it assert its dominance over other axes if you make it into an axe?
Okay, again, this isn't the weapon you're creating. It's the weapon that the Raven Queen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But we could, at some point in the future, make the Master Axe.
Theoretically, it's possible. You could find it. I'm sure it exists.
I look under the nearest rock.
Oh wow! Look at that. It's just a pile of master weapons.
Ah, that's so sick.
And then you get struck by lightning and die before you can share that information with the rest of the party.
That's even better.
Oh, bring him back to life. His contract will be broken.
And then he can
No
kill Val.
magic.
Again,
No ma-
party doesn't know that.
Well, no, you can't do magic down on the down.
Well, yes, we
You
can do it.
magic.
You can do
Yeah,
magic.
this
too.
is the only place where magic is safe. Within the confines of the city of Guildwall.
Well,
Especially
change your
if you do
shoes.
it right next to where all the mithril deposits are.
I mean, there's still technically a chance you could taint the mithril that's being cooked in the forge, but yeah, you're probably.
I mean,
they
then you only
know how
have
to-
like, then you just have like a handful of dwarves pissed off at you instead of the entire city guard.
right, and I mean they just got to throw away that batch. Start from.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a basically unlimited supply of it. They won't be happy about it, I'm sure, but
They'll get over it.
you're not gonna get killed. Probably.
It's simple weapons, right?
Yes.
You go with spear.
Yeah. I can I can certainly use one of those. My only hang up on that is that it's not finesse. And I have
Now you're
low strength. But like I said, ultimately you're going to be the one using it. So if you want to turn it into an axe, turn it into an axe. I was just saying, like, if we want to be strategic about it, I mean, and even then, like, me being able to wield it does not outweigh it, like, potentially being more useful against the Raven Queen.
It could also be the heart of a great.
I love the great sword, but again,
All I could see on my page was Maul.
I'm sure it could be incorporated in Maul. Those are traditionally made out of wood, I think, but yeah, I think it could.
or it could be made into earrings.
That's true. You guys could go crazy and just have them make jewelry.
Make some brass knuckles for Durkar.
I mean,
I don't know if those would be monk weapons, unfortunately.
I mean, strictly speaking, it doesn't have to be a weapon either. You could theoretically make it into like a set of rings that everyone wears, and so you're all just a little bit better at fighting the Lich. You could make it into necklaces or circlets if you really wanted to.
Quiver a crossbow bolt.
Yeah, that's also technically probably mostly the crossbow bolts, but yeah. You're standing in like fantasy Costco with a bunch of people that are just ready to turn it into whatever you
Oh my god.
Just make a bunch of like caltrops. It's like, you can't step on these.
On a slight side note, just what roundabouts, what would it cost me to get my rapier mithril plated?
Well, your
Can you even mithril plate things?
not really.
Yeah,
You
because it
could get a
doesn't stick to
mithril
stuff.
rapier. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
makes
the
sense.
one that you had sentimental value, long gone.
Yeah,
So,
it's in hell somewhere. Probably burnt in lava and melted and dispersed.
maybe
I
a little
mean,
piece of it's in that hell rod. You don't know.
That's a glum way to look at.
well, I mean,
How
yeah.
many daggers could we...
Boy.
If you
How
want
did
to
I-
make me some like hell metal throwing knives,
Those are darts.
that would be dope.
Well, you can throw daggers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Remind me how I described the hell rod the first time around. Does anyone remember? Oh,
It's like
Uh,
frozen
lot.
souls.
It was very
Yeah.
no, I meant like it's physical.
crusty.
I think it's just like a general cylindrical rod that's kind of broken off on two ends or on both ends. But I'm not sure the size.
I think
2
it's
feet
more like
long.
jagged.
Is that right?
I mean, in theory, we could just run someone through with it right now. Like,
Yeah, it wouldn't be quite as effective though.
yeah, no.
Unfortunately,
It's
technically a club right now,
yeah.
like a billy club. Yeah, I think I described it as roughly 2 feet long and probably about an inch in diameter. So that's probably like 5 or 6 daggers.
Yeah, that's quite a few.
Maybe even as many as 10, possibly, depending on how they were to forge it out.
How
Get a lot of
enchantable would these things be when they're done?
Well, that's why you're at the Starforge.
Well, like, if, like, when these things are done being forged out into whatever it is we decide to make with it, would it be possible to go to some sort of enchanter and see if they could put another enchantment like on top of it, or is this probably
Well-
not compatible with things like that?
I was gonna describe this better when it happens, but that's sort of one of the properties of the Starforge, is that it sort of applies that to whatever it's making.
Oh,
It applies an enchantment to them. So like you're not just getting a weapon made out of soul rod. You're gonna get an enchanted weapon made out of.
can we like design the enchantment in a way? Like, basically, what I'm getting at is, could I get, or could we get daggers that could be like summoned back to you after you throw them, so that way they would be more easily used in combat?
That's not really how it works. The
As badass as it would be.
yeah, I mean, it's as cool as it would be to have that. I mean, you could probably, if you could find a suitably powerful artificer, do that. Bearing in mind that it's probably going to be pretty hard. One,
Yeah.
they're already enchanted, and two, it's a very exotic material. But more or less the way the Starforge works, and I mean, you could have just as easily asked the dwarf that. More or less the way the Starforge works is based off the alignment of astral bodies. Enchantments are placed upon whatever's made there.
Oh, that's
And
really
so
cool.
if you made multiple things out of this rod, theoretically, each one will have a different.
Okay.
Ooh.
Now would these weapons be just soul rod, or would it be like the core is soul rod and then the rest is movable?
It depends on what you want to make. So like large weapons, like a great sword, a warhammer, a great axe. Those would have it as sort of like the core of it, and then the cutting edge would probably be something else, or vice versa. Smaller things would be entirely soul rod. So like a rapier, that would be short sword, totally soul. Daggers, definitely. If you made rings, again, obviously they're gonna
I
Is it-
personally like the idea of daggers, but that's because I'm not very strong.
Yeah. I'm not strong either.
You could probably get like a couple of daggers and a short sword out of it.
Mm,
Bigger than I thought it was.
It's 2 feet long and it's an inch thick. That's a lot of.
yeah.
That's
it's
a lot.
material.
Yeah, there's a lot you can do with that.
Um,
Also, I should describe when you hand the dwarf this, he reaches out with what you now notice is like a his hand is gone, like it's been removed at some point or he lost it, and in its place is a set of like mechanical tongs.
Oh, cute.
Jesse, has anyone touched the soul rod? Bare hands?
Nope. Everyone's
Hmm.
been extremely careful not to,
yeah.
for some reason.
Didn't I accidentally burn Alfgar with it?
Probably.
Yeah, didn't someone poke it at me?
Yeah, it was Gabriel.
It was most certainly not me.
That does sound like Val science to me.
I've, as
Yeah,
far
that
as I
is
know,
science.
I've never
Oh.
picked up the thing.
Well, when you want to see what happens when it's in contact with somebody who's been to hell, you know.
Hadn't he suffered enough? Jeez.
I did get hurt by that, right? I think I did.
I feel like yeah, you probably did, but I don't know if it's because you were to hell or if it's because the thing does that. No one knows. Val certainly didn't touch you with his bare hands to poke you with it.
know. Well, the
Uh,
DM keeps hinting at rings might give us.
Hey, I don't hint at anything. I'm just saying that's an option.
I'd wear a hell ring.
Well. Meow.
Shimmer
Well, I've put my 2 cents in on what I think should be done with it or could be done with it, and ultimately, I personally am going to leave it up to Ulfgar's discretion because he's the one that uses weapons.
Yeah, number one dad. Be decisive.
I mean, I normally wouldn't use weapons at all, but if it was the only thing that worked for some reason, I could add. I got Divine Strike, I guess. So that would add a little bit more radiant damage, at least. I assume undead things don't like radiant damage. Most of them don't.
I'm gonna try touching the rod.
Oh,
I have to find out.
Yeah, it burns your finger.
Oh, any actual damage?
No, it just burns your.
I'm gonna get off Darkar's back and touch it.
I do not. Do I see it burn Ulfgar?
Yeah.
I start pulling away from it the second that Val starts reaching out towards it.
I'm getting off of your back.
I say, Ulfgar, please do not let him touch it.
I'm touching it. I'm trying my best here.
He
My
touched
hardest,
the butt.
my
Sir,
damn-
I really wish he wouldn't try and touch that as I
It's
try
not-
and get in his way.
Darkar. It's not gonna kill me.
I understand that, sir.
Just let it happen.
I would like to touch the soul rod, and that is a wish of mine.
I say, unless you order me, sir, I will not let you touch that.
I order you to let me touch the soul rod.
I have to let him touch the soul rod.
I'm going to touch it.
Nothing happens.
Sick. I just pick it up and kind of like wave it around a little bit.
be careful with that thing.
Ulfgar. You kind of got shafted, huh?
Yeah. Anyone else have a bad reaction to it? You know, like maybe a cleric. Would you mind trying touching it?
No!
You're the holiest person here.
Oh, you know what?
I don't want to touch it. It's evil.
Hey, Darkar, touch this.
As you wish, sir. I touch it.
Nothing happened.
Oh, okay. Cool. I thought it was for a reason that it's not for. Anyway.
You wanted me to take pain?
No. I was just super curious. Yeah, you know what?
Air quotes again.
What?
Sign. Air quotes.
Yeah. Well, it
Found
is.
it.
Hypotheses. This is
Well,
what I'm...
I feel like there's enough material there that no matter what we decide to make with it, we can probably also have rings made for anybody who wants one. If we can get a short sword and 2 or 3 daggers, then...
Well, I was thinking a short sword, a dagger, and rings, but if I can't... I take it the hilt and handle would be made of something other than soul rod.
Well, you're talking to the dude that's gonna craft them, so probably. Yeah. Up to you, I guess.
Does it burn through gloves, Ulfgar?
I guess, yeah. Did you touch it barehanded, or?
Oh yeah, barehanded. I'll put my glove back on and touch it again.
Nothing happened.
Oh.
Well, that's good then.
Would everyone wear a ring? Is the next question.
I know I would.
Well, yeah, we all know you would.
So long as there aren't any protests, and I'll kind of tap my temple. Then
Would you try touching it, Gabriel? I just wanna.
Yeah.
I will tentatively touch the tip of my pinky to it.
You burst into flames. No, you're fine.
Okay.
Good.
I mean, yeah, I suppose I could wear one depending on what it does.
Yeah.
So that, well, and Durkar doesn't have fingers.
That's true. Can we get
So-
like a flipper shaped brace?
That what leaves Val and I to get rings?
Wouldn't he wear it strung from a chain? Doesn't Gabriel have something like that?
Yeah, I suppose.
Or he could get his beak pierced.
My
Yeah,
bull ring
Wow.
of protection.
Cufflinks. Maybe cufflinks.
Creative.
It's classy.
Didn't his jacket get burnt?
Yeah, but that's cufflinks are on your shirt.
Oh, okay. I knew that. I don't know why. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah.
Well, again, it's up to Ulfgar because he stuff hell.
I'm down to get a ring, and if you want to have some daggers made, those as well. But
Yeah. I'm gonna ask the dwarf what his name is. Excuse me, I forgot. I'm Ulfgar, and your name is.
Oh, Thorn.
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 because
nice to meet
every rose
It's
has
nice to meet
its
you.
thorn.
Oh, Thorn. I think we'd like
Nice.
some
As it's
um,
dawn.
rings made, if possible. Preferably if you can mithril coat at least one of them,
My God.
Seems a set.
and a short sword and a dagger.
Okay. Yeah. I think we could pull that off.
Thank you. What else are you guys working on? I'm just curious.
Well, we haven't quite decided for today, but I'm thinking probably an axe.
Axes are nice.
Yeah, I think. Definitely.
I was gonna say, are you the crew chief of the forge?
Foreman. Yeah.
Foreman? Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna hand him back the soul rod. And do you know how long it'll take you to make stuff? Oh, make all the rings and the dagger and the short sword.
Well, the rings we can probably crank out in about, I don't know, an hour or so. You need how many?
5 of them.
Yeah, I think we'll pull that up. The dagger, probably another hour. The short sword, that's gonna take probably a good. We'll probably have to wait till tomorrow to do these. We can only operate the forge at night.
Ah,
Star Forge.
So where do the stars go during the day then?
No, they're still up there. The sun, kind of overpowers things. Burns off the myth.
is the star not a sun? Or the sun not a star?
No, it definitely is. It's just too close. It's
Fuck
too.
the sun.
It's too focused. It sort of drowns out the others. you get the same. If it's successful, you get the same enchantment no matter what, and it's honestly it's not all like.
May I ask what the enchantment is?
Well, it's usually, again, it's pretty rare that we get one to work. You got to really load that thing with mithril. It's a big waste. You usually end up with like a +3, and the stat is always the same. It's always a bonus to wisdom. It varies.
Oh.
Cloud cover.
And presumably this forge could also be used on mundane metals, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it would still give the same enchantment effect that it gives to the more special things?
It's usually not as good though. Mithril is real good at absorbing. This should be pretty good at absorbing. Iron is less good.
I mean,
gold things turn out pretty okay though.
really?
Somewhere between mithril and silver steel.
Well, would never mind. I won't even mess with it. +3 wisdom rings. That would be really good. Rings, not wings.
I'd have
But yeah.
20.
Well, I'm not gonna bug the foreman anymore. I'm sure that he has his work cut out for him now.
Oh, is he speaking in common?
I hope so, because I asked him the question in common.
Yeah, he would have responded to you in common.
Well, thank you for your time. I'll get back to work.
Yeah.
Oh, a request on the short sword, if possible. Take your time with the handle section. Maybe mithril of some kind. I want to see the craftsmanship you can. Because Mayor said you guys were just the greatest. Yeah.
We're pretty good. We're pretty good. And he shouts out to the dwarves that are like gooping mithril into the forge, and this is in dwarvish. He shouts out, "Gron, go over here!" And kind of a weedy looking dwarf sort of runs over, and he's a little out of breath. And, Thorn hands him the rod, and he says, "Take it to 4. Making 5 rigs, a dagger, and we'll do the sword tomorrow." The dwarf that he handed it to, Gorn, kind of nods, and he says, "Yes, sir, right away, sir." He runs off to one of the forge doors that was not being opened, or not being used, rather. And he tosses the rod in.
Do any of these dwarves seem the least bit phased that we've just showed up and asked them to forge a rod made of human souls taken from hell?
I'm glad you asked that, actually. Thorn turns back to Ulfgar, and he says, I gotta wonder, how did you know that we were still here?"
We were told by a wizard acquaintance of ours.
The Red Wizard?
Well, we know him by Bildar.
And he kind of like leans back, and he strokes his beard, because well, if the Red Wizard sent you, and he says, wait here, and he runs over to one of the forge doors that they've been chucking Mithril into, and he grabs a tool from next to the forge. It's a long metal stick, and it's bent at the end. Has anybody ever seen people playing craps?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know what the stick they use is called, but the stick they use to collect dice.
The crap
Little
stick.
scooper.
Yeah, the little dice scooper. Liam, craps is a casino game in which you throw dice and place bets on it.
I know what it is. I just didn't know that was.
I think it's just called a crap stick.
Is it? It
Yeah.
might
Yeah, it absolutely is.
It's a dice stick. Yep.
I'm very pleased.
Yeah, that's great. Anyway, it looks like one of those, more or less. It's got a nicer handle on it, but it's like a really fancy one of those. And he reaches into the forge, and he's like scooping and digging and poking, and he's kind of whacking at something in there. And he's scooping and he's digging, and yeah. God damn.
Lots of scooping and digging.
And he finally, like, with a really great pull, seems like it takes a lot of effort. He pulls just a whole bunch of this. Well, it's the crystal that you've seen around. That's on the top of like the torches, and it was on the Sentry Eagle. It's that crystal, and it is glowing. And he scoops out just a whole bunch of it. There's a lot of like fist-sized chunks. There's a few like really small chunks, but there's one great big bastard of a piece. It's about a foot in diameter. It's faceted all the way around. It looks like a great big chunk of quartz almost in that regard. But the one of the faces is looks like maybe it had flaked off, and it's sort of rounded and smooth. And at the top, it's tapered, a lot like you'd see a quartz crystal. Though at the base is smaller than the top. Let me do just a real rough drawing of it. So, like, if this was the bottom, it sort of tapers up a bit like this before it tapers in. Kind of like that.
Okay.
Sort of that shape. And it's a lot more symmetrical than the really crap drawing I just did. But then you expected. He just sort of scoops those out into a pile and kind of kicks them out. And he stands over them for a moment or two, and then with his grabby tongs hand, he reaches down and he kind of scoops up the really big crystal, and he walks back over to where you're standing, Ulfgar, and he plonks it on the ground, and he says, what did you call him?
Bildar.
Bildar. Well, he requested this many years ago. We were never able to get it to him. And then, of course, Halford is a piece of shit and won't ship anything for us. So, yeah, if you could take that back to Bildar, we'd be very thankful. He did us a great service.
Yeah, not a problem. May I ask what the crystal is?
Well, it's slag from forging, from melting.
Oh.
What did Bildar do for you?
Well, he built the star for.
Oh. No wonder he knew about it.
He also hollowed out a lot of cavern down below, and he created this crater.
Wow.
Yeah, we owe a lot to him.
And this is all being discussed in Dwarvish?
Yeah, probably because Gidget does also know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll tell people later.
Is there any chance we could get a couple crystals ourselves? The small ones, perhaps?
Yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, and he walks over and he scoops up a handful of the like fist-sized ones, and he brings them back over, and he sits it down. And he says, "You're probably want that cool for a little while."
What are these for?
I'm gonna... Where did I go? Well, they are slag from melting of the mithril.
Well,
you saw on the ship, right? They glow. Excellent light source.
right. Is that all they're used for? Just lighting?
They probably have some kind of magical properties, right? Or maybe they're useful in magic?
I can go. Other than lighting, anything they're used for?
He goes, "Yeah, no, I heard him.
Yeah,
Sorry.
they're bombs made in a bomb factory.
No, in responding in common to just sort of everybody. Everyone, we're all dwarves, so
Oh, of course.
fall into that. To us, no, this has. It's probably very useful if you know what to do with it, but other than emitting light, we don't have much. It's handy though because lighting torches is a pain in the ass, and of course you can't use magic downstairs, so these are super handy to have around.
I can always ask Bildar, before we go back down.
I was mostly just curious if they could serve a similar function as the crystal used as the gem in my ring. Sort of magically conductive, good for arcane focuses.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I don't know the process that would require. I'm personally not an artificer, so
right. Well,
and he kind of clicks his tongue. He goes, "I."
Where does he go?
He clicks his tongue hand and he says, "I forged."
Right.
Oh.
Well, thank you. I look forward to playing around with this, seeing what it can do.
Yeah, just don't play around with it too much. You'll go blind.
Very funny. I like you.
Yeah, I mean, also it emits light, so don't look at it too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll pick up one of the pieces. Probably hot potato it for a second because it just came out of a forge.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like warm in your hands, but it's not as hot. Like if it was metal coming out of a traditional forge, it'd still be like dull red, like glowing. It's not. It's warm.
That giant-sized one for Bildar, is it still hot or?
It's also just warm. I mean, if you touch it,
Yeah.
you know that.
I will put it in the bag of holding. I'm gonna ask, are we safe to put stuff in and out of a magical bag?
Yeah, you're good up here.
Oh, I would just go ahead and ruin whatever's in the forge.
Right. Yeah. No, that should be okay.
Oh, sweet. I'm gonna pull out my bouncy ball and bounce it a few hundred times off Gidget's head and then put it back in my pocket.
Why?
You're gonna get a honey dipper in the eye while you sleep.
Gidget is literally gonna slit your throat while you sleep. Gonna crack. You're gonna be the reason. Then how bad are you gonna?
You're just gonna
I'll
wake
find
up.
it amusing. Gabriel won't care because he'll be dead.
So you'll wake up with a line of honey across your neck. I won't know why.
Covered in ants.
Yeah.
Just covered in ants.
I could just cover you in bees.
That's true. That would be funny too. It was really funny when you did that to Val. So
Well, did you know Gabriel's deathly allergic to bees, and you would just kill him, and then you'd feel bad forever?
Would I feel?
Would she?
That's a little
well,
selfish. to
if you
think that
didn't,
bad.
then I mean, regardless, you guys would have to put up with another one of my characters. So-
that's true.
Whoa.
Right, but how much worse
What?
could it get? So
But it wouldn't be.
Don't challenge him. No, Ryan, that's bad. Don't.
I have a few ideas.
That's like saying, "Oh, it can't possibly get worse." No, it can't.
no, but the nice thing about that is we have like the right of way as the pre-existing party to just not let any of his characters in until
That's true.
like
You could just meet all these crazy characters and just be like, "Nah, don't like you. Have a good one.
yeah, what the fuck? Get away from us.
We're gonna carry on. You do you, buddy." Boy.
Gabriel's dead, knock on wood.
So probably around this time, you see 3 dwarves. They've slid an anvil over towards the what you now know to be the 4th forge door, and they've pulled out the hell rod, and it is glowing just a very violent viridian red. There's big sparks popping off of it even before they do anything, and they've put it looks like a tiny axe into a slot in the anvil, with the head obviously, and they're holding the rod over that and just sort of cutting off chunks of it. And they get about 3 of those before the glowing kind of dies down, and they toss it back into the forge. Clearly, they're working on your ring.
Can we thank them or tip them?
Probably when services have been rendered would be the appropriate time to thank them.
But can't we go
Yeah.
check out the city before?
Yeah, I think we should probably get out of their way.
Yeah, we should let them work in peace.
Gidget, do you have any of that smoked fish left?
Maybe. No, I
I'm
don't
here
really
for
keep
them
track
back
of this
on.
stuff.
Maybe leave some
Um,
candy or something.
I have candy.
Basically like. Never mind. Yeah, like candy.
Never mind, like candy.
Sorry, I.
Vote of the night.
Okay.
Yeah,
What were
also
you gonna
saying-
say?
Nothing.
I'm really curious though.
It must have been something awful for him not to fall
Right?
through.
Well, I wasn't gonna say it with Ulfgar right here, so.
Fine, Ulfgar
Well, nah.
will walk away.
Yeah, I really want to hear it.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It wasn't that bad.
You tease.
Oh, I'm the tease.
Oh,
Oh my.
I didn't realize there was something else going on, but
I'm gonna make my way back to town and get
Are you
away
walking
from these
fast?
people. Yeah.
are you homebound?
No.
Speaking of which, I remember last week I sent Edgar off with a letter to Raphael, but I don't remember why. I don't remember what was in the letter.
Was it about asking at the library?
Yeah, it was something
Yes,
to do with
the
the library.
library that
Might have
potentially
the map.
has the map to the elemental. Thank you. I'm gonna write that down.
Hmm.
Okay.
So, Magic City, definitely. Let's go explore that. Well, it's not magic. It's
Yeah, I was
The
gonna say
opposite of
non-magic
Magic
city.
City.
Yeah, literally
Oh,
the opposite.
magic.
well, it's cool mithril city.
There you go.
Yeah, it's like
It
a
is the
city
mithril.
that supposed to be like not even around anymore. It's really special.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
gonna
it could be cool for all of us.
I'm gonna go back and see if I can speak with Brax again. I don't know if he would be busy doing mayor things, but
Partying.
I was mostly just wanting to ask him if he could loan me a mithril rapier to use on our mission to go and recover this lich heart that he wants. I mean, obviously I'll give it back. I just to improve our odds of winning.
Yeah, you go back to the mayor's house, and is that exactly how you say it, or are you gonna role play it at all, or?
Yeah, that's exactly how I say it because I'm too awkward to reiterate.
Okay. Yeah. Brax kind of looks at you, and he raises an eyebrow, and he goes, "Oh, you're not coming back here, bud."
Pardon me?
Yeah, no, you guys aren't.
I thought that we were going to be coming back to return the thing to you.
No. You're gonna give that to Halford. Halford.
Are we like not allowed to come back, or?
I mean, I
believe us.
kind of prefer that
I see.
you got a lot of magic amongst you.
We haven't fucked anything up so far.
Right, and we're gonna ride those statistics out.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well,
Besides, Curtis doesn't like it.
Fuck Curtis.
Would I be able to borrow one and then send it with the lich heart with Halford, or do you not trust him to give the rapier back?
Do you just want to buy one?
I don't have that kind of money. That's why I was asking to borrow one.
Did you ask how much they cost?
How much do they cost?
You can't afford one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when we asked about it, we were just told that we couldn't afford it.
Well, if you gotta ask, no,
I have less than 500 gold to my name, so
I'll tell you what, you guys. I mean, I'm already helping, right?
absolutely.
But you guys are gonna try and help me, and while I don't really think you're gonna succeed, what the hell? And he kind of jabs Curtis in the top of the head again, and Curtis floats over to like the side of the room where there's like a big closet, and Brax opens it up, and it's just full of weapons.
Very impressive.
And he kind of looks over his shoulder at you, and he said, "You wanted a rapier, right?
Yes, that is my preference.
Do you want a big one, little one?"
About this size, and I'll show him the rapier that I already have.
Okay, baby rapier.
Rapier for baby.
Rounded
Trainer rapier.
I'm just needed.
Says the gnome.
Gives you a plastic one.
You should note that he's tall for his size, or for his
safety
race.
scissors.
Oh, he's juicy.
Oh,
He only looks tall for his size because he's sitting on a beholder.
Well, I mean, he's also tall for a gnome, but
Does it come with like a Wii strap? So you don't throw it at your TV accidentally?
it's actually just a Wiimote.
Yeah.
By the way, oh wait, he's sitting down on Curtis, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of standing on Curtis right now to look through this.
Okay.
But
Well, I'm gonna check out his butt.
juicy.
Yes. All right, that's all I needed.
Um,
Can we actually get one of those kid harnesses with the leash, you know?
Oh god, that'd be
for
great.
you or
For Durkar. That would be
yeah, no. So he's rummaging around and he pulls out a mithril rapier, obviously, because that's what you asked for.
Mm-hmm.
The handle is like real friggin' nice. The cross guard for the blade kind of splits off and it curls up very elegantly towards the blade, and off of that are two wings that kind of cup around the bottom. It looks very much like D'Artagnan's rapier from Three Musketeers, with the exception of it's way cooler.
Yeah.
And the wings come down. The end of the pommel is an eagle's head, and its mouth is open, and it's got a tongue in there, and it looks like it's screeching. Pretty dope. It's got two yellow gems set in for eyes on the eagle's head, and the handle is wrapped in gold wire, in a sort of a weaved pattern. And he kind of tosses that to you.
I'll catch it.
I would expect nothing less.
Yeah.
And like as soon as it hits your hand, like you had just been holding your other rapier to show it to him, and like literally the instant this rapier hits your hand, that rapier that you previously were holding it just feels like dog shit in your hand.
Thanks a lot, Ulfgar.
Like without a doubt, this is the nicest weapon you've ever touched, ever. It's weighted like perfectly. It feels like an extension of your wrist. You kind of pluck the blade, and it cuts a little bit of the skin off of your thumb. It's so sharp. Yeah, you kind of swing it through the air, and it doesn't like just whistle like you expect. It sounds like wind chime.
I'm
sort of
very impressed.
Air fall out.
Yeah, you've literally cut molecules. No, you haven't. But it's real. It's real
You
freaking nice.
split an atom. The whole city is just a mushroom.
Yeah.
That's why we don't use them.
The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
It's a real fucking nice sword.
Wow. I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Yeah. No. So you said, how much gold did you have?
Less than 500, he said.
Yeah. 423, roughly, I think.
That's not even...
that's just how many coins I have.
Yeah, that's not even in like the ballpark. How much that would cost?
848 is my total wealth.
You're closer. You're closer to how much that costs. You're not.
Yeah.
You're still. I mean, you're looking at it through a window with that kind of money.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the 55 platinum that I have, but.
How about your left thumb?
Pardon me?
What?
Nice.
Your thumb.
Ooh,
Now
what about
this
it?
guy is what I'm talking about.
What about my thumb?
For the sword, I'll give you can have the sword. You give me your thumb.
Why do you need my thumb?
No, I don't need your thumb, but that's how much the sword costs.
Give the man your thumb.
You've got two of them. I mean, do you really need that one? And it's your left hand. I assume you're right-handed, right? Most people are.
I am.
Yeah.
What?
Do you need a bit or a middle toe? How about that?
I don't think you're there. Yeah.
Oh,
I,
Well, then I'll meet them at the library. I'm going there.
Okay.
does it have to be my finger specifically, or can I just bring you?
No, your thumb. Go ahead. I can wait. You cut it off.
Be real easy.
Even if I wanted to, I would be unable to do that.
Why is that?
Because I do not have the willpower to cut my own
Do you
digits
do you
off.
want do you want Curtis to do it?
I, to be quite frank with you, I don't want it to happen at all.
How about your pinky? I mean, that's even less useful than your thumb.
Admittedly, I'm more willing to part with my pinky than my thumb. Do you have some sort of prosthetic that I might be able to?
That'll cost your middle finger.
Yeah, that'll cost another finger. It just gets in a loop.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. But I mean, it's gonna cost you an ear.
I will hand the rapier back to him.
Are you sure?
It's a very fine weapon, and I would very much like to have it, but unfortunately, I'm not willing to maim myself to use
How
it.
about a big toe?
Like I said, I'm not willing to maim myself. If you'd like me to perform some sort of task or trade you something that has actual monetary value, that I might be able to do, but I'm sorry, I can't.
Yeah, here, deliver this package to Turgeron.
no.
I mean, do you have anything worth 3,000 gold?
3,000 gold?
Yeah.
We might have 3,000 gold. Whether or not we'd be willing to spend party funds on that is another story.
I mean, the spectacle of you removing a thumb is worth 3,000 gold.
Yeah. Well.
Just imagine how much money we could get out of Gabriel then if we just maimed him in front of Brax.
If we
Just
sold
parted
his
him
body
out.
parts on the black market.
Yeah, for the greater good of the party.
What about
so much money.
what about your eyebrows?
You want me to shave my eyebrows off?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like all of it.
What do you mean, all of it?
You know, all of it.
Like the skin.
Like my entire, like my eyebrows, just all of. Shave them off, or?
I mean, and the rest of it too. Yeah.
The rest of what?
Underneath them.
The rest of it.
Oh.
The whole shebang.
Okay, I'm not going to maim myself. In return.
That's a pretty minor. That's way more minor than a finger, or a toe.
Right, but I'm still not willing to do it.
That's a shame.
There are people in the background just.
Thank you. Well, thank you regardless, but unless you're willing to trade it for something a little bit more reasonable.
What about your dual disc?
I don't.
One. You only need one butt cheek, right?
Oh, that's just a crime right there.
Maybe a few kidneys.
Let me let me think about it. Maybe there's something you can do around town. Earn that sword. That's not it's not just hilarious.
Like community service, like picking up like mithril candy wrappers.
Well.
How long are you guys gonna be in town?
The foreman said that our last item won't be ready until tomorrow, so at least overnight.
All right. You come back. You come back in the morning. I'll
Okay.
think of something.
Would you like me to leave this here, or?
You already handed it back to me.
Okay. In that case, I will return in the morning.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure like after you've handed it back and like you've walked out, you kind of like grab the handle of your other sword, and it still just feels not good. Like it
Yeah.
feels so much lower quality. Like before you touched the mithril sword, you were like, yeah, this is a pretty nice sword. Now you're like, God, this thing is like shit.
Donkey shit.
Well, I will return to the rest of the party then.
Okay. Yeah.
Ulfgar, just out of curiosity, do you happen to know how much gold we have?
Oh, gold.
Well, just general monetary wealth, not necessarily specifically gold.
Sure. Let me do the math. I've got
Uh-huh.
1,500 coin on me. Got 2 gold bars.
One kitten.
I got a kitten.
Kitten.
I've got diamond necklace, rubies, sapphire, another ruby, 5 pearls.
A roast beef, some chicken, a pizza.
Have you written down the like values for each of those?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I think I got a McDonald's cup.
I have are each.
I got half a McRib. I don't know how old it is.
Watered down Diet Coke, all of the ice cubes melted.
Rubies that I have are 3,200
Oh,
gold.
Think you could float me a couple rubies?
I've also got some dragon parts.
Yeah.
Those are.
All that.
I think you
Well,
exchanged it for money.
the reason that I'm asking is I've just gone to see the mayor to inquire about borrowing a rapier. He won't let me borrow it, and he said that he'd sell it to me. Well, kind of, but I'd have to like cut off a finger or something. He's a weirdo. I wouldn't do it. He told me to come back in the morning though, because he could like potentially think of some sort of task that I might be able to do.
What kind of
but
body part? A
well,
finger?
yeah, one of my
Like
fingers.
how much of a finger?
Presumably the entirety of it.
No one should be cutting off body parts for a
Like
sword.
I said, I didn't do it, and I wasn't going to do it. But he told me to come back in the morning because he might think of a task that I might be able to do in return for it. But on the off chance that it's another thing that involves maiming or general discomfort or evil, or something along those lines. I was just wondering if we might have the monetary
I feel like at some point
supplies to buy it.
in that you would slip in that it's like a really nice.
Oh yeah, like this sword. It's the sword. I've never seen its equal, nor will I probably ever again. And it would look just so cool in my scabbard.
Like family artifact level of nice sword.
Oh yeah. And it would go great with my ring. It's just it'll be a whole look,
Ulfgar's just gonna nod at you and drink. Whatever it is, yeah. Like, yeah, that's mithril. I'll come with you tomorrow. There.
All right.
We'll see.
In the meantime,
Put
where's the
me
guy
through
got to
this.
go to get a drink around here?
There is a bar.
Either
I
when
assume
I'm
that's where
thinking,
you found
let's go.
Ulfgar. I assume that's where you found.
Yeah, most likely.
Probably. Let's be honest. Probably.
And they're at the forge.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's all I have as far as like personal stuff that I wanted to do. So I'm ready to explore with the rest of the party wherever they're going.
Other than a bar, shops.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like there's a couple of like commodity sort of general story places. There's like a section of the town that seems like maybe it was once set up for like tourists and like actual trade with outsiders. But a lot of those are boarded up. They seem very disused. Probably on account of nobody coming here. Pretty sad, really. Like you probably kind of feel bad for him a little
So
bit.
sad. Alexa played Despacito.
All you think is Utah and all this mining towns that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot like that. Yeah, it's like when Route 66 got cut off, and then this town is just a ghost town.
Or Ghost Town. Probably
Or
Lambert.
yeah.
Out of curiosity, how do they make their alcohol then?
You'll just have to ask.
It's,
I guess to the
It's
bar.
people.
it's molten mithril.
It's just the crystal slag that's been ground up and.
Yeah. They just squeeze out the crystal slag.
It's all the mithril bees. They get their mithril honey to make mithril mead.
Mithril mead. That's a cute idea.
The fact that angels and
That's really messed up.
Eat angels. Yeah.
Angel juice.
No.
speaking of crystals, how many did we actually get?
You got 5, other than the big one.
Oh.
Fist
And I
size.
took one of them. Wait, how big are they?
This size.
Oh, holy.
Like what kind of
Crap.
fist? Like a dwarf fist?
Like a human fist.
An ant
So, like-
fist.
Like a softball, I guess, roughly.
Like a non-Gabriel sized human fist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there like an inn here?
Yeah, there's 2 actually. But there's only one that's open.
I was about to say, for a place that doesn't get any visitors, it's a weird business to own.
Are there any like churches or anything like that?
Kind of. There is a church-like building, and it's the only one. Like it's probably the only building that stands out other than the mayor's house because it's bright red.
Does it have any kind of symbols or anything on it?
It does, but it's not. Roll a religion.
Oh, I disoriented myself.
Is it the Church of Bildar?
Church of the Red Wizard. Oh man.
Is he a deity?
If there's a statue of Bildar inside, I will be happy.
Dear God.
I want to go
Well,
find a
That's
library.
an 8, so
Yeah,
And
you like you don't know what it looks like. Like you obviously you can see it, and you can piece together that that's what it is. Like it's clearly some sort of religious symbol, but you've never seen it before. You have no idea what it is.
that's fair. I'm just curious if they had anything to turn to other than, something, some kind of faith.
Who needs gods when you have
Oh.
science?
I'm gonna go try to find a place to perform music. These people probably don't have too many bards rolling through their town.
They don't actually. There's one bard in town, and he is at the bar performing. And he's not very good. He's playing the drums. Seems like maybe that's not the
If
instrument
it's
he would be
snaps,
better at playing.
I'm going to sort of kind of like nod at him and show him my music case and the universal sign of "Can I come play with you?"
Yeah, actually, when you do that, he looks at your music case and he looks at you, and he lets out like a great big sigh of relief, and he gets off the. And then like everyone's looking in this bar, and there's a lot of people in this bar.
I will get situated and set my violin case in front of me and start playing.
Yeah, roll performance.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Let's do better than Galleon did.
Let's
I love
see
performance
here.
roles.
Though this is something you're actually good at, so you should probably.
Yeah. 26.
Yeah, Galleon fucking sucks.
Yeah, sure does. 26. Yeah, you fucking. It's amazing. Everyone cheers basically as soon as the drummer gets off the stage.
Oh.
And as soon as you like hit that first note, you get like a standing ovation right out of the gate.
Damn.
And people are cheering. Bras are being thrown on stage. There's people like holding up lighters. There's tears running down cheeks. People are moved by this music.
The one asshole in the back screaming "Freebird."
Yeah, actually, there's like 3 of them. But yeah.
Awesome. Well,
Yep.
I'm
Yeah,
having
people
a
are
hell of a time.
fucking stoked
Aw.
to hear some music that doesn't suck.
So they're holding up lighters, or are they just the crystals?
Some of them are holding up little pieces of slag, but some of them are like legitimately holding up matches, lit matches.
Wow. I mean, if wood is like
Yeah, that's how excited they are.
I'm just that good, bitch.
These might have been like the last matches in town, and they're being burned in honor of this music.
Damn. I'm honored. I'm also excited because my grandma brought me chicken tendies
Thanks.
with honey mustard. Thanks, Nana. You're the best.
does
Alright.
she watch the stream?
No.
I'm glad.
Rana, watch the
Yeah.
stream.
No, it's not.
I don't think you get chicken tendies anymore.
I don't
Yeah,
want her
probably
to
not.
have a bad impression of me.
They'd be taken away. I mean, so far, this stream has been very good for you. Maybe not so much for Mike.
I want chicken tendies.
Same.
Yeah, me too. The only difference is I have them.
Wow.
I'm gonna inquire about rooms and beverages at the bar.
Yeah. The bartender kind of looks at you and recognizes that you're from out of town, and before you even like place an order, he holds up a hand and he says, "All we've got is vodka."
Potato vodka? My favorite.
Literally, that's all we have is vodka.
Go get Bell.
Well, had I not run into some very desperate goblins earlier in my trip, I would have traded you some bottles of wine, but I guess vodka will. I mean, there's nothing wrong with vodka.
I'm glad you think that, because that's all we have.
Yeah, I'll take 2 bottles of vodka.
Boy. Okay, that'll be 10 gold.
What? The gold on the counter.
He looks at it, kind of runs it through his fingers, rubs it a couple times. He goes, "All right," and he puts 2 bottles of murky liquid on the counter.
Gross. At least it's not cursed. Well,
I'm gonna crack open one of the bottles and give it a whiff.
Yeah, it smells like, it smells like alcohol for sure. It smells pretty strong.
Mike's hard hot dog water.
There's also kind of like an earthiness to it.
I was gonna ask him, what do you make your vodka out of?
Well, we did make it out of corn for a while. That was pretty good. Unfortunately, the corn all died. We had a real rough summer a while back, and we lost all of our corn. Which, when you don't have much farmland, that's a blow. So this year's batch of vodka is it's made from beef.
Made from what? Beans? Beets.
Beans.
Some,
Bean vodka.
I'm going to ask for a glass and try some.
yeah, he provides you with one, and you take a sip, and it's real bitter. Like, it does not taste anything like vodka, really, as you would know it. Somehow it's gritty, which is a kind of an odd, mouthfeel for a liquid. But yeah, it manages to be kind of gritty, and it tastes of like bitter earth, and then like really strong alcohol. So like the first thing that hits your mouth is it's like you took a mouthful of sand, and then you just chased that with like straight ethanol.
Unfiltered vodka.
Yeah. The like, I imagine you make kind of a face when you first sip it, like a little bit of a face, probably.
Yep.
And the bartender kind of shrugs and he says, "Well, I didn't say it was good vodka."
Do you have any good vodka?
I wish. Actually, he goes, kind of leans over the bar and he goes, like he's real shifty. He's looking around, watching the other patrons at the bar. He kind of motions to the other bartender to like serve some people that are kind of eyeing him up, and he's like, "Actually, I do have a little bit of the corn stuff left, but I was kind of saving it for like a celebration."
Well, why don't you save it? I can drink this.
He goes, It's all right. Yeah.
Were there potatoes on the airship?
Yeah. There was some. There was other vegetables and fruits as well.
No, I won't. But oh yeah, I'll just drink my unfiltered vodka. Offer some to the rest of the party. I take it Durkar doesn't drink.
Is Val at the bar?
Mm-mm. I went to the library.
Okay, then I would not be there.
Oh.
But I do not believe that you've seen Durkar drinking anything other than water.
No, I'm pretty sure you drink whatever Val's about to drink. But it's not poisoned.
That
That's-
too.
Yeah, that seems accurate.
But I keep water with me mostly.
Oh.
He stores it in his hump.
Right. So who all went to the library?
I did.
I also went without any interest of being there, but
Right.
Okay.
Well, isn't that
I'm
Durkar?
there for a purpose.
Yeah, you find a pretty standard library. It's kind of small, and a lot of the books are older. Like they don't have any current releases. Like they have all but the last Harry Potter.
Sure.
There's no James Patterson books. But yeah, there's a reasonable selection.
So it looks like kind of like a small town, like bookstore.
Yeah, more or less. There's probably like a total of 8 shelves, and while they're fairly good sized shelves, that's pretty small for a library.
Oh. Wow. Is there like a desk with a person at it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go up there.
Yeah, there's an older lady sitting at a desk, and she's flipping through a book that's sort of laying out on the desk.
Hello?
Kind of glances up at you, and then she goes back to her book, and she goes, "Yeah."
Do you have a list of all the, like, I know there's an expansive collection here, looking back to the bookshelves.
Kind of sighs.
But do you have, like, an occult section, like, specifically something on supernatural stuff, like angels?
There's some research notes. Kind of lazily points to like a small desk that has a bookshelf behind it, and it like the rest of the books have colored spines and sort of they're embellished. The books on the shelf look like they're bound in like brown paper, very plain, and they're just numbered.
Oh.
I waddle ahead of Val and start getting those prepared on the desk.
Would those notes happen to also include things on, say, entities like Great Old Ones?
She kind of shrugs and says, possible, I suppose."
Okay, is there anyone here, Scott? Anyone else here?
No, there's nobody else in the library.
Is there much traffic that comes through here? Talking to the old lady.
She kind of looks up from her book, and she sort of stares at you for a minute, and she goes, "No, not really. The people in town either work in the mine or they farm, and neither of those two groups of people are especially interested in being literate. The forgemen are pretty good readers, but they're very busy, and they don't come in very often. It's mostly me, reading books by myself, alone."
No particularly shady individuals in the past year?
You mean other than Halford? No. And he's been in here exactly once to laugh at me, and then he left.
Oh. Why do you guys tolerate someone so mean?
Well, he brings us provisions.
Wow, he sounds like an asshole, though.
He is absolutely an asshole. Yes, you nailed it. You got it.
I hate to interrupt, guys, but the internet is out for everybody except for me, and so I'm gonna be gone for a minute while we reset the router. That way, everybody else in the house doesn't have to wait for me to be done with the game.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I'll be back.
Yeah, we can wait.
Huh. So there's no like particular type of book that anyone comes in here for, like famous for having like a particular series that no one else has.
This is a town that no one knows exists anymore. So, no.
Okay. Right. Okay, so that's all.
And before that, also no. We used to get new shipments of books in occasionally, but obviously that hasn't happened in a while. And I've sort of given up on asking Halford for new books. So.
Mm-hmm.
The few children in town aren't, real big on reading.
Right.
Are you back?
Yeah, as soon as I went out there to tell them to go ahead and restart it, the internet came back. So.
Oh, nice.
Oh, networking.
That was
Yeah.
your fault.
Yeah, basically.
So. Right.
What are you after? What do you want? Why are you here? Why? Are you here to meet me too? What?
No.
You're asking a lot of questions.
Well, like I said, I just, wondered if you had like an occult section, but you pointed me towards those research notes. So I'll just go over there and take a look at those. Let you get back to what are you reading?
She like leans up the book, like lifts it up from the table, and it looks like an out of date encyclopedia. And the letter she's reading is M.
Okay. Right. Well, I'll let you get back to that.
Uh-huh.
So, good. Have a good reading, and I kind of fast walk to Durkar.
Okay.
Right.
All of the research notes that I pulled down from the shelves have all been organized, put out, spread out on the table.
Okay. Thank you, Durkar, first of all.
Of course, sire.
Can you look in here for anything about angels?
Sure thing, sire.
Thanks.
Yeah. So I assume Durkar's gonna look through the books.
Yeah, I'm not going to be looking to sort of comprehend anything, just skimming for A and G, assuming that'll get me to Angel.
Yeah, you get to about book 7, and you finally discover about roughly midway through that whoever was writing these research papers did indeed do some research on the angels in the mine.
Ooh. Hey, Omega?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
never mind. Okay, never mind. My bad. Yeah, okay, continue, Scott.
Well, I mean that's all Durkar got out of it.
Oh, okay.
So nothing else in like table of contents suggests anything about the angels other than this one section of this book.
Well, that's the first like book you've found that has anything to like that starts talking about them.
Right. I'll put that one to the side, sort of open to the first part where Angel is mentioned.
Mhm.
And I'll say, I found something, sir. I'm not sure how relevant it'll be. And then I start picking up books. And instead of just going through the pages now, I'm going to first look through sort of the table of contents if they have them, to see if there's anything that could at all be related to angels.
Yeah, it seems like most of book 8 is on angels, and then the rest of them drift off into other things.
Oh, shit.
I'll give him 8 and 9 just in case, because it seems to be it's somewhat thematic. And I'll say that 8 seems to be what you're looking for. There may be something in 9, however, it's possible I just missed it.
Well, that's more than fine work. Thank you, Durkar.
Very good, sir.
I'm just gonna go up to the lady again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say, could I buy these books?
She kind of looks up and looks at the books that you're holding,
Uh-huh.
and she just goes, "Just take them. Who cares?"
Oh. Good. Thank you. Is there like a couch in here to sit on? Is it one of those little bookstores?
There's a chair in front of the desk, and then there's Durkar.
True.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna pocket these, put them in my bag, and head to the bar because I know that people will be there.
Right.
I'll quickly put everything back on the shelf where it's supposed to go.
Mhm.
Obviously, 3 will be missing. And
Naturally.
I'll, shuffle out the door as quickly as possible to catch up, which I can do quite quickly.
And then he waddled away. Waddle, waddle, waddle.
Nice. All I needed.
You go back to the bar.
Yeah, and I will just order a tall glass of the murky, disgusting looking vodka.
You do so, and you have the same reaction Ulfgar had to it.
Ew. But I will down it.
Presumably after Durkar drinks some.
Yes,
Oh.
I will sip it first. Hold it, make sure that everything's good, and then after a minute, I'll let him drink.
Too bad
Okay.
this poison takes 61 seconds to kick in.
Aha!
Yeah, no. I don't care what it is, poison or not, as long as it does the job.
Yeah, it definitely will get you pretty drunk.
It's definitely poisonous.
Yeah.
Nice.
Where's Gidget doing all this?
I probably went to the bar because I didn't want to be alone.
Right.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. So probably roughly around the time that Val is returning or, arriving at the bar, one of the dwarves that you guys had seen at the forge comes rushing in, and he kind of scans the room, and he sees Ulfgar, and he runs over to Ulfgar, and he reaches out and he hands him 3 rings, and he says, we got these done so far. They're working on the other 2.
Thank you. You don't have to run him down. We can come pick him up later. I mean,
Okay. I mean, it's
you guys are busy up there.
right. Yeah. Okay. This is my job.
Well, here, I'm gonna ask for another glass and pour him a glass of You have no objection to alcohol, do you?
He
He's the dwarf.
he kind of
Allergy.
grins with like all 4 of his teeth, and he goes, "No, not at all." And he downs the whole glass, and he makes like a really satisfied like Coke commercial at the end of it.
Oh, I love him.
This is cute and rustic.
Dwarves are the best.
I love dwarves. I should have brought mead.
Dwarves these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess continue drinking and listening to Gabriel play their Sandman for like the 12th time.
There's still like one indignant person shouting Freebird at this stage.
I'm very pointedly not playing Freebird.
Of course.
No one ever does. I don't get it.
It just encourages them.
Yeah, it's true.
You play it once and then you have to play it all the time.
But maybe that's like a really sentimental song for them,
Well,
Yeah.
then they should request it in a less douche-like manner.
Maybe they're really drunk.
Well, maybe they should think about that before they start requesting music.
Could be a really nice person. You're just not giving them a chance.
I mean, it doesn't matter how nice you are when you're sober. The minute you become a drunk asshole, you're just an asshole.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oops.
Or you just get a little closer to Gabriel.
Damn.
Alright then.
Roasted. Absolutely demolished.
So, are you gonna do anything with the 3 rings, or probably describe
Eat
those
them
too?
all.
We cast them into the fires of Mount Doom.
They all look very similar. They are that same kind of dark red color that you know the soul rod to look like, though they're coated on the insides, all of them, with mithril. Each one has a different colored gem attached to it. There is a green one, a blue one, and a yellow one. And that's set in the setting for the gems looks like a mouth, like teeth, scary teeth.
Oh, that's cool.
They're just little Curtis rings with gems in the mouths.
Let's hope they don't give you a hunger for babies.
Babies.
Maybe that's exactly the enchantment for everything in the Starforge.
I'm Curtis, and I love babies.
You just want to eat children.
I just want to eat them up.
My
I love babies.
baby.
Just saw your message, Omega.
You all
And
sound
I
the same when you do that voice.
Just
Wait, which message?
Just really like eating babies.
babies.
I assume the Red Wizard book.
Yeah,
must-
the one about the red. I totally should have asked about that.
I'll go back to the library.
Okay.
So you're not gonna do anything with the rings?
No, they're magic, and I'm assuming that putting them on in town would probably be
Yeah, that's a fair point.
at least a faux pas, if not very
a-
detrimental.
And we
That's a
can't
fair point.
identify them either. 'cause it's
Not
magic.
yet. That's true. You'd have to take them back up to the forge.
I will just put them in.
I mean, you could identify them. You just may kill everybody.
Yeah, let's not do that.
If we kill all the guards by doing magic, they can't kill us for doing magic.
I don't think it'll kill all the
just all the
guards.
mithril in the mountain.
Yeah,
Just can't do anything but identify stuff.
right. It should be noted that it doesn't cause like an explosion, as so it's been described. It's more like it just ruins all of the mithril, and then the town, in a rage, murders you.
Let's not do that.
I should also mention, because I don't think yet that I've described them. The guards are decked out in head-to-toe mithril plate. They are all carrying mithril greatswords, and they all look pretty tough.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, they're just wearing walking bombs.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's been made into something, so it should be fine. It's just the raw mithril.
Okay.
I guess I don't get then why doing magic in town is so dangerous unless like the streets are paved in like raw mithril.
It's the proximity to the large amounts of raw mithril.
you described the like houses and stuff being like made out of metal and stuff.
Yeah, the roofs are largely made out of
Yeah.
Aluminum
So-
foil.
sort of like it's sort of like throwing a pebble into a pond and the ripples moving out would taint the rest of the
Well, that makes for a good experiment. How far can we get away from the town?
Val,
And you
no
can't-
experimenting. No.
And just cast fireball into the city.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing?
I'm still wooing the town with my musical talents.
Hey, maybe
Yeah.
you can earn enough money here.
You are getting thrown, like, normally people throw copper or silver into your busking pan, which I assume is your music case.
Mm.
This crowd is throwing gold and what at first glance looks like platinum coins, but you sort of quickly realize are like small rounds of mithril.
Oh,
Whoa.
And
this is the place to be a bard. Damn.
Okay. You've got probably about 4 of those and about 6 gold.
Play
Okay.
Freebird.
No, that
Uh,
just urges the drunk bastard. So
And you
Well,
said
maybe he's
3
got
of
more
the
mithril.
little mithril coins, right?
Hmm? 4.
4. Okay.
What's everybody else doing?
Drinking and then getting a room. I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get a room to
So
read
you,
in.
okay. You do have to go to a different building, much like Restrum. The bar and the inn are separate. But it's really close, practically across the street. And when you go in, there is a short, kind of chubby, sort of mousy woman, and she's like feverishly dusting. But this room that you enter into is like immaculately clean and like tidy and organized. There's sort of a squishy sofa on one wall. There is a desk on the back wall, more like a counter. There is a like a small, like a cafe table with 4 chairs set up, and it's got a vase with some flowers in it. There is a fireplace, and it is a nice little cozy fire. And then in the sort of the center of this room, there are a set of stairs leading up, and those two are immaculately. And as you enter, she kind of freezes, and then she sort of turns around on her heels, and she looks at everyone with like a mild look of surprise, and she goes, "Oh my God, customers!" And she runs over to the counter, and like kind of like straightens out her clothing, and she puts on a smile and she says, "Welcome to the Mithril Inn."
Human woman, dwarven woman.
She's human.
The Mithril Inn.
Mm-hmm.
I got this. I'll go get our rooms. Rick, are you bunking with your master again?
Yes.
You want me to see if they have a small little like closet for you to?
A chair is fine.
Chair. Yeah. I'll go up to the counter. We would like 4 rooms. 3 of your nicest and one. You have one that's really bad. I'm just gonna whisper it to her.
She looks kind of nervous and she goes, "Oh no, I could make it bad. Do you need a bad one? I could go up there and rough it up a bit."
No. I mean, is it like, do you have a small cramped room, like maybe a broom closet with a bed in it?
I don't
well,
know what this would be for.
There's the yeah, kind of, yeah. No, yeah, we do have a small room.
I go up and I go, I just need 1 bedroom, please. How much?
Yeah. 50 silver, please.
Yeah, here you go. And I hand
I
it to
put
her.
forward the 5 gold.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks. Your card.
Not gonna buy the room? Or, well, I guess we only need 3 rooms, and you can make them your best.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. One gold 50, please.
Yep. I'll pay her 2 gold.
Oh, thank you, sir. And she puts it into like a small box that's on the desk, and you can't help but peek inside when she opens it. It's completely well, no, now it has the coin that you've just given her, but previously nothing in there.
Wait, I'm confused. Are we? What's the conversion rate of silver to gold? Is it not 10 to 1?
I don't remember. I never remember.
I think everything is 10 to 1. It's 10 bronze to or 10 copper to a silver, 10 silver to a gold.
Yeah, I literally changed it and then immediately forgot.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So just, equalize that in your head.
Okay. I just want to know how much I should be getting back for putting forward 5 gold when the other room was 2 gold, or when 3 rooms was 2 gold.
Yeah. So, you get what? 4 gold and like 2 silver and 5 copper, right? Yeah. Back? Is that right? I feel like that's close.
I'll just take that.
Yeah. just assume that what she actually meant was half a gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
She's
I
a bit
would-
frazzled.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna go to my room and leave everybody behind because they were
Oh.
trying to sabotage me.
I wasn't doing anything.
I mean, to be fair, I think he whispered it to her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, my character is gonna do it, but I know it.
Okay.
I mean, it could have been for Gidget. I mean, she's not very big.
That's true. And if she got a rough room, Wolfgar knows that she would be compulsively, led to clean it.
I
It was
couldn't.
kind of loud whispering, if I,
I mean, he didn't specify that it was, but okay. We'll go with that.
I guess.
Uh, Yeah. So Val ascends the stairs in a huff and leaves everyone behind.
I mean, he always does that, so
That's true.
always huffy.
He's pretty huffy.
Stuck up.
It's all that glue.
Bottom.
Yeah. So you pay for your rooms. I assume you go up to them.
Yeah.
Do we get the name of the inn owner?
Did you ask?
What?
Yeah, her name is Muriel.
Muriel of the Mithril Inn.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna need to work on branding with Muriel.
Sounds like the name of a TV show. Branding with Muriel.
I'm not entirely sure that she's worried about branding, since you're probably the first people that have rented a room in like a few years.
Well, that may not be.
Yeah, maybe that's just a
because of the
branding.
lack of people.
I'm surprised she
Right.
didn't sell.
What else is
Uh,
she gonna
I mean, who's gonna buy it?
Right.
I mean,
It's a dead business.
well then
There
I'm
is no
surprised
threat.
she's not dead.
What?
Jesus.
I don't,
Yeah, I'm
I don't
surprised.
understand how this works.
And stab her to death.
She didn't have
She's
she
so
didn't have
bad.
any money.
Well, she does now.
I mean, there's other ways to get food.
I mean,
Maybe
also,
there's
Are
social
does
there
money-
programs in
food
place.
stamps?
I don't think there's any money that's circulating out of the town, so I don't know why they would need to starve one of their members.
Right.
Okay. Well,
Out
apparently
of
we
character
can
and
make
out
it.
of curiosity, would it be possible to have a goblin revolt? Century Eagle, and maybe start bringing tourists to town.
Um,
I think you're overestimating the power of goblins.
yeah, I think
Maybe.
a little bit of that. But
What if we
also,
arm
I
them with Mithril?
think your characters know.
It would be more
Um,
dangerous.
Yeah, like the amount of danger of just randomly bringing people to this place that's, one, very volatile, and two, produces really high quality weapons, and then going back to a place that doesn't have said really high quality weapons, probably not a
Yeah.
great idea.
I imagine the only reason that we even got in was because we were there, like, on Bildar's word.
Pretty much. I mean,
They seem to hold him in a very high regard.
you never would have, first off, you'd have never heard about Halford in the first place without Bildar. It's just not a thing. Like, maybe you would have heard of him, but he kind of keeps low key because his goal is to not let anyone else know that this place exists. So, yeah,
We should
And
just
then, of course-
stab Halford.
just Bildar being Bildar.
Well, I'm gonna continue performing for probably another 20 or 30 minutes after the rest of the party leaves, and then maybe spend another half hour to an hour at the bar just kind of telling stories and having a general good time before I go back to the inn.
Yeah, all told, you probably make about 10 gold.
Ooh. Okay.
And in total, probably about 5 of those pieces of mithril. They're the round coins, and they have a G, a large G on them, and then below that is a B.
Oh, okay. Do I know what that signifies?
Roll investigation.
Oh boy. What's my investigation? Probably
It should be
not
pretty
great.
good because you're a bard.
Oh, +4. That's not bad at all.
Bards are pretty good at everything. So
Yeah.
Roll
Well,
that.
until you roll a natural one.
right,
Uh,
that's a 5.
Yeah.
You can probably piece together that the G is for Gildor.
Yeah. I was out of character. I was mostly trying to determine if it was stood for Gildorn or Grelgris, but yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty confident it's for Gildorn.
Cool. Do I have any idea what each of these coins might be worth, like gold wise?
Probably a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Outside of this place, it's probably pretty close to like 100 gold a piece.
Damn. Okay.
Just purely due to the rarity of mithril and the fact that that could be turned into like an arrowhead or a knife. It would be a pretty shit knife, but it'd
Yeah.
still be made out of mithril. So, you know.
Probably closer to like a cooking set or like a utensil set or something.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wouldn't be like a full tang. It'd be more like a camp
Yeah.
knife or like a gentleman's knife.
Okay.
In town, probably not worth as much.
Yeah, in town, you're not really sure what the monetary value of it. It's clearly used as some form of a currency here, but its actual value is unknown to you.
Alrighty. I will head to the inn then.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have left word that you'd be coming.
Yeah, and you said about 20 minutes?
All told, probably about an hour after the party left the bar.
Yeah. So you arrive at the inn, and Muriel tells you that room is paid for and where to go to there. And she also hands you a very crudely wrapped parcel. She says the forgeman left this.
Oh, well, thank you. I will pull
That's
out
not her voice, by the way. She said the forgeman left this.
I'll pull out a platinum piece and kind of flip it to her.
She
way past.
Yeah, she smiles widely and she thank you. She puts it in her box. The one on the desk.
I was about to say, is that a euphemism?
By the way, you just bought the.
Yeah. Sucker.
I'm gonna head up to my room, and I'm gonna see what the forgeman left for us.
Yeah, in the very crudely wrapped parcel, it's like a weird waxy cloth, and
probably a good fire starter.
Yeah, it probably would be nice tinder. Wrapped up in there is a dagger and 2 more rings.
Ooh, okay.
The rings very much follow the same theme as the others. except for one of these has a red gem and the other one has a purple gem.
And that's what I was waiting for.
Yeah. I will. Did the dagger come with a sheath?
It did not.
That's unfortunate. All right.
The dagger is also fairly ornate. The blade is, again, that same reddish, red material. It's kind of different though. It's sort of a unique style of dagger that you've not seen before. Draw it for you. I'm not going to draw the whole thing. I'm just going to draw the blade because drawing the handle would take longer than just explaining it to you.
Yeah.
But the blade kind of comes up, and again, much nicer, smoother lines than this. And then it forks like that, and then it comes back down.
Oh, okay.
It tapers on the sides, much like a normal dagger would, but instead of a point, there's that inverted, that triangle cut out of it.
Does it still have a nice edge to it?
Oh
Or
yeah,
is it
it's
more-
extremely sharp.
Well, shit. This one should be called the Dagger of Snakes. I will.
The handle, the guard is sort of an S shape. The guard is also kind of sharp, like it's edged on the top surface where the blade is. It also has a gem set into it. It's a deep black cabochon. Is that how it's pronounced? I feel like I butcher that every time. It's like a big black flat stone set into the handle.
Okay.
Cabochon. And then the pommel is sort of it looks kind of like a fist.
Well, that's dope.
Hmm.
I'm gonna. Oh, I don't know what rooms everyone else is staying at.
Right. No.
All right, I'll just wrap it back up and put it in my pack and get settled in for the night.
Okay. Yeah.
Shimmer.
And then I will divvy all that out in the morning.
Yeah. So it should be also noted that for you, especially at this point, it's about 6 a.m.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, because you guys got here about 2. You met with the mayor. You went up to the forge, and then all that other stuff happened. So, yeah, it's real fucking late at night. And by the time you get to bed, yeah, it's about 6.
Okay. Well, in the morning,
Afternoon.
yeah. when we all get out of bed,
Waiting for you.
I'm going to meet up with everybody else and give Val the purple gemmed ring because I know that he's gonna want it. And then I'll show off the other stuff, assuming that there wasn't other things to do before that moment.
No, you can probably do that while you're all eating breakfast.
Okay. I assume I'm gonna be the one that holds on to the dagger. Is that a fair assumption, guys? Okay.
Yeah, I got the other one.
I'd also prefer it if I took the red gemmed ring because it matches the one that I have now. What?
I will put the other 3 rings on the table. Should probably get these identified up at the forge. Or
Well, before we go and do all of that, we have some business with the mayor.
Yep.
And I think even before that, you do eat breakfast.
Yes.
Mostly just because I want to describe what you guys eat.
Okay.
The only thing that's offered are these. They're like meat patties. And the meat is kind of greasy and it's a little bit chewy, and it's very gamey.
It's people.
But otherwise, like it's spiced, kind of like breakfast sausage. Maybe a little stronger than normal. But yeah, that's what you guys have for breakfast.
Now I have to know: is it goat?
It's not goat.
Goats don't exist anymore. That was
Mithril
got
goats.
I'll identify.
I'll identify the goat.
Anyone else want to go? See
Watch
the
me
mayor?
cut my finger off.
If you wanted to know what the meat was, you could roll an insight check. But otherwise,
I'd rather not know.
I'm curious.
Mystery.
Probably butt meat.
14.
14. What did 19? Yeah, okay. You both figured out right away. You just ate rat.
Ew.
Hmm.
Fucking ew.
Was there bread at all?
Nope. Just these meat patties.
I poured
Rat
some
sausage.
honey on mine to make it taste a little better.
Ugh.
Yeah,
I
it's
would-
still a little greasy and it's definitely chewy.
Honey and rat meat.
If you
I mean, honey is like syrup's good on sausage, so I can imagine honey would be as well.
it is. Yeah.
I'm gonna lean in towards Gidget and go, if this is what they eat around here and you have some fish left, I think that would be a great, tip for the guys at the forge.
I don't have any left. I'm sorry.
Don't.
God damn it, Gidget! Fuck.
I have candy. but that's
Why do
not
we drag you around? Oh man,
Old
I-
deadweight Gidget.
poor Gidget.
I would probably season Val's food.
Hmm?
I would season Val's rat
With what?
after tasting.
With
mine.
what?
With pepper.
Hopefully
Uh,
not,
I
Pepper.
season.
Pepper.
I pick a nice flavor palette that would bring out the true potential of this rat patty.
What do you season it with?
it's just you're not really doing that, right?
No, I bring it under the table and I give it a good old wapow, and I bring it out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
I mean,
Cat
you-
is all
I see what you're
murdered.
talking about
You've
now.
said it like 4 or 5 times, so you definitely
After
did
all
that.
of this, it's fucking
Durkar that does it. Oh boy, I only get to roll percentile for that.
son of a bitch. God damn. I hate
Everything
birds.
for my master. Everything for my master.
Oh, that's what's
This
going
is
on.
why I
Wait,
hate birds.
would he do it though? It would put his master in danger.
It may or may not have slipped his mind.
Oh, I love it. This is so perfect.
If it helps at all, you definitely get it under the table.
Well,
Yeah, that's gonna be a great
Me and Gabriel have
fucking-
left, right?
actually, you know
Yeah.
what? I'm gonna make Durkar roll.
Would they
Oh,
even
boy.
know it was us?
I'm gonna tell you right now.
It's not gonna be anybody else in town.
Wait, so the party's not all together? Where did
No,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
are.
Wolfguard just...
It's in front of the dice are in front of Curtis. You want to
We
eat the?
we are. It's just Ulfgar or
I was
Ulfgar
trying
and
to hope-
Gabriel are
you know-
really hoping that they aren't.
Can I make them? I want to make
Really
them
wishing that
equally
they
big.
weren't. rather.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right away that you want to roll high.
Mm.
How high
that's
does he have to roll?
That's 17, I believe.
Mm.
I believe that I still have inspiration. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is it worth it to use it here?
Yes,
Yes.
it's worth it.
That's a
Yes.
that was a joke.
There you go.
That
That's
is-
much better. Yeah.
Is it high enough? That's the question.
Damn.
Yeah. So,
Oh god. I just handed Scott his possible favorite outcome on a silver platter. Oh no.
well, okay. So
Time to
first
decide on a
and
backup character.
foremost, you do indeed season the rat patties.
I would just
Go-
like to say that it's gonna taste amazing at the very
Yeah.
least.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check for hiding what you just done did.
Okay.
Mm.
That would be
Oh,
a
yeah.
25.
Plenty. Yeah. So no one noticed what you did, which is probably for the best overall.
Yep.
Let's Gabriel, where did you keep those mithril coins?
In my coin pouch with the rest of my money.
Where is your coin pouch?
Just in my pack, probably resting next to me or behind me, depending on if I'm sitting in a chair or on a bench.
Yeah.
Actually, if I was on a bench, it would probably be between my legs under the table.
Oh. Okay.
It's in a body part. You didn't want to be maimed, right?
Let's. So. You feel your coin purse suddenly get heavier. And then like right after you feel it get heavier, you feel it start to move.
Edgar, is that you?
Wow, these mithril coins really are something.
I'm going to start. I'm going to pull my coin pouch out of my bag in curiosity as to why it's moving.
Yeah, it's kind of undulating, and it looks like something inside of it is moving around.
I'm going to look at Val.
I didn't do it.
What's happening?
I'm going to
gonna
look at
the two
Durkar.
music or
Can I insight check his
I didn't say that. He's just looking at whether or not Val is gonna enjoy his meal.
So he's like actively ignoring you?
I mean, I don't know why he would look over at Gabriel.
Right. Okay.
Unlike other people, he doesn't fixate on people's eating habits.
I'm going to, as nonchalantly as I can, put my coin purse back into my bag. Are we still at the inn?
Yeah.
I'm going to excuse myself back up to my room.
Mhm.
And once there, I'm going to take my coin purse back out, and I'm going to open it and look inside.
Okay, so yeah, as you do this, now you just look inside?
Yeah, just open it up and look inside.
Yeah. Okay. As you open it up, 5 fairly large golden beetles crawl out of it and then like onto your arms.
Ugh.
And 2 of them sort of like spread their wings and they fly away with a really, really aggressive, loud buzzing noise.
Are they scarabs? Is there an Isle Forest somewhere?
Oh my god.
gosh. Yeah, and there's a pyramid, and no, they're not. They're just big beetles.
Well,
Like really big ladybugs. Golf ball size.
hmm.
And your coin purse feels decidedly lighter now.
How much gold did I lose?
How much was in there?
Let's see. Specifically gold coins?
Hmm?
304.
Nope. Not anymore.
Okay. Well, I will put an asterisk next to that and count it later. I'm going to I'm going to try to catch the beetles and let's see, what do I have in my bag that I could try to keep them in? God damn it, Durkar, why do you put me in these sorts of situations?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I guess I'm gonna empty out my coin purse, just kind of pour the coins loose into my pack, and
Yeah, the platinum coins that you have fall into your pack.
no gold coins fall out.
Nope. They're pretty heavy beetles.
If I didn't know that you could kick my ass, you'd be fucking dead, Durkar.
I would just like to say, you probably don't know it's me.
There's only two other people that would have cast magic, and I feel like if Val was lying, it would be very obvious.
I don't know. He has a really high charisma score.
Yeah, but he doesn't, though, does he?
He got a pretty high charisma score.
On paper, he does.
I mean, I tricked most of you with the signature fiasco.
That's true.
Except for who?
Except for, was it Rio? Was it
Yeah,
Rio?
it was Rio.
Yeah.
Fucking
I'm going to catch those beetles, or do my best to catch those beetles, and stuff them back into the bag.
Yeah. I mean, they're really big, but they don't fly very fast, and they're kind of trapped in this room. And due to their shiny nature, they're pretty easy to catch.
I'll put the bag back in my big bag, and I'm just gonna walk out of the inn, and if Ulfgar follows me, that's on him.
Okay.
As he's leaving the inn, I kind of lean over to Val. Do you know why he's leaving, sir?
Nope. Not
Very
that, I
good.
think.
Maybe he'll go give up his toe finally.
This meal is delicious, by the way.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
And once outside, I'm going to try to find a place where I can be obscured from vision of most people, and I'm going to release the beetles.
Okay. Yeah. They buzz off.
And I'm gonna hope that that doesn't come and bite me in the ass later. Literally or figuratively, either way would suck. Did Ulfgar follow me out?
You had all your stuff with you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have probably followed you out.
Okay.
You leaving? Yes, I follow too.
Yeah, let's go see the mayor.
Ride my
I
bike.
guess everyone else follows too.
I'm not trying to hide it from the party, just from the rest of the town.
Oh, what were those?
Ask one of those two.
Ooh,
Hello.
well,
What?
what did you do?
I didn't do anything.
What did you order Durkar to do?
I didn't order Joker.
He didn't order me to do anything.
Hi, insight check, Val.
Yeah.
I don't. Can we
What's
take
happening?
a drink? Can we just rewatch all of the episodes and take a drink every time someone insight checks me?
18.
Can you stop being so shady? Yeah, no, he didn't order. At least you believe that he
Yeah.
didn't order.
I mean, Wolfgar would suspect Val to do something over your car. I mean,
Right.
yeah.
That's
Durkar's just a cute little servant with no free will.
So tell me, Durkar, when you took Val's plate, very similarly to the last time that you prestidigitated his meal, and put it under the table, and then brought it up, and it was, dare I say, magically seasoned.
It's magically delicious.
Yeah, that's not what we ate.
Yeah,
It was
Mommy
not
didn't have
magically.
that much.
It was magically greasy.
Ugh.
We'll magically be paying for it later, I'm sure.
I whispered to Val, "Do you know why that man is so keen on watching me eat? Is that a human thing?"
I think it's a kink thing. Just don't ask about it.
Very good, sir.
Have we
So
seen Durkar eat? Just what?
I
We've-
mean, I
we've
have
seen him eat
yeah,
Val's
he-
food.
Val every time.
Yeah, he tastes everything first.
He pre-chews Val's food.
I check it for poison first. And also to know the flavor profile so that I can season it appropriately.
Well, Durkar, I must ask that you keep a handle on seasoning anything in the future while we're here. And
Very good.
also, you owe me 300 gold.
I'll send a memo to the big bucks.
They could certainly pay it.
You know what? That'd be a thing.
And with that, I'll start making my way towards the mayor's house.
Follow.
Because I want a fancy new sword, damn it. Fucking Durkar.
Yeah.
I'll knock on the door when I get there.
Yeah, you arrive at the mayor's house. Oh, okay. Yeah, you do so.
I mean, in case he's like, changing or anything. I don't want him. Just people often change their clothes right in front of the front door. Does anybody answer?
The door swings open.
I'll walk in. And I mean, go to where I met the mayor last time. Hello?
Yeah, so as you walk in, you see Brax standing in front of what appears to be a sleeping Curtis. And it looks like he's maybe like drawing on him or something. Like it's kind of hard to tell.
That's how I imagine Curtis sleeps.
Definitely. Yeah, as you get closer, you notice that he's drawing a mustache on a sleeping Curtis.
I approve. Pardon me, Mayor. Um, I'm here to
He
inquire
kind of
about.
jumps a little bit and he turns around.
You told me to come back today to inquire about arrangements for potentially purchasing that rapier.
Ah, right. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. In the. You know what? What the hell? In the back of the mine, kind of way in the back there. We've been losing a lot of miners. If you want to just go figure what that is out and maybe take care of it if you can. That'd be great.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I realistically, I could just ask Curtis, but
yeah, it's more fun to make
hey,
us.
what the hell?
We're more likely to die after all.
Yeah.
I'm assuming since it's in the mine,
Right.
magic.
Well, and I mean, I gotta get you earn that. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was just saying that because it's in the mine, definitely no magic then. Right? No magic down there in the mine while we're checking that out?
No, yeah, none at all. No bad magic. Very off limit.
I'm afraid that I'm personally not the greatest in a fight without magic. Do you think I could maybe use the rapier while I go and check that out, just in case I get into, a little tussle? I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
If I die, then you still get your entertainment, and you have so much mythical that you haven't really lost much anyway.
Right, but then I gotta send somebody to get the sword if you die.
Send Curtis.
And yeah, no, Curtis doesn't leave me ever.
I see.
Me and Curtis, we're real close.
Out of curiosity.
Also, I don't trust the shit.
Does the body part have to come from Gabriel, or would any old body part do?
Both are.
Just asking.
I mean, it's really more the spectacle.
I can show you I'm missing a toe, and he's got it, and I point to Val.
Hello.
Yeah, no, I want to watch it happen.
Well,
does it matter who?
Not really.
Gidget, if you get there in time, could you, in theory, like, sit?
No magic.
So long as you're like on stand. Well, if we do it like up at the caldera,
I didn't hear all of that. I'm sorry.
Am I cutting out?
Worked for me. It could be me. I don't know.
A little bit.
Okay. 1 minute.
Do we have to chop something off, or would you just take a dagger going into his shoulder?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Do we have to cut something off, or would you just take like a dagger going into his shoulder or leg or arm?
I don't see how a sword is worth all this, you guys.
Is it just the spectacle of maiming?
No, I mean, I'd like
He
to
wants
see
a memento
something cut
too.
off.
You'd like something cut off.
May I see the
Yeah,
rapier?
I'd like to something.
It's a really nice rapier.
May I see the rapier?
Yeah, sure, why not? And he goes back over to that closet, and this time he finds it really quickly, and he just tosses it over to you, Wolfgar.
Wow. Catch it.
I would hope so.
Really nice rapier.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I've already described how nice this is. It's super fucking nice. Like you've handled a lot of weapons, probably even a few mithril weapons, and this one is like, damn, that's a nice weapon.
Gabriel asked Gidget if she could reattach said finger if she got there in time.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, then not worth it.
Is there a table?
Pain's one thing, but
There are a few like chairs.
Backed chairs or just, or what kind of chairs? They upholstered?
They're like no, they're like wooden chairs. Like dining room chairs.
I'm gonna look at Brax and go, any body part?
Yeah.
well,
Sure, why not?
I'm gonna
Don't
just
be
go
so
over to the
hasty.
back of a chair, put my pinky down, and just stare at Brax and just lop off
No.
a finger.
oh, oh God, oh God.
He goes, oh man, wow, somebody did it. That's incredible. Yeah, no, keep it. Yeah, it's yours. That's
Oh my
That's-
God.
I'm gonna pick up the finger and toss it to Val.
Jesus Christ.
It was
What the
it was a pinky.
What do I gotta do to get
What?
more body
Why
parts
would
for
you
you?
do that? God damn
Thank
it.
you, Wolfgar. My master is quite happy with that.
God damn it. This is
It's a
exactly what I was trying to
Win-win
avoid.
situation.
I'm gonna take the rapier over to Gabriel and go, sorry, I lost the last one. This one should be more than adequate to replace it.
Oh, it was a guilt thing.
And then I'm gonna wrap up my hand.
Well, thank you. Do, do you want to swap for my fingerless gloves?
No, I'll
Uh.
just have Gidget sew my pinky closed in my other one.
I'm gonna put that new
Oh,
precious
well.
treasure in a vial of forest slime.
That's wow.
Would you like me to prepare that for you, sir?
No, I can get this by myself. I think.
Very well.
I put it in the same one that the toe is in.
There may be some synergy.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 limbs from the same set.
Right. Yeah. No, this is a collection now.
well.
Wow.
And
Okay,
Beard
hold on.
Ash, too.
And Beard Ash. Yeah.
I suppose. Thank you for your time, Bildar, or not Bildar, Brax.
Mm-hmm.
You got anything else in that cupboard of yours?
You're
No.
not cutting anything else up.
We
Let's
have to go. We have other swords to get.
Wolfgar,
It seems
please.
like limbs are much more valued here than back where we come from. It may be good to cash out here.
Hey, you want eyebrows? Your car's got eyebrows for days.
No.
I'm afraid I can't give these up, for they are property of the big bucks.
They belong to you, Darkar. Doesn't matter about the.
What if Val ordered you to?
Well, they would be his to sell.
I'm not going to.
That's terrible anyway.
According to the Excel sheet, a mithril rapier weighs 10 pounds.
Yeah, that's not accurate.
Would it would it weigh less than a normal rapier?
Yeah, like a lot less.
Like
What does a normal rapier weigh?
2 pounds, according to the sheet.
It weighs like 1 pound.
Okay.
Yeah, this spreadsheet's wrong on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a small bottle is like 2 pounds or something like.
Well, I'm in shock. Ironically enough, because I'm not the one that just lost a finger.
Can we use magic here? Do you need healing, Ulfgar? Is it hurt?
Need
No
healing.
magic.
Maybe
Oh.
we should get to the caldera.
No magic.
Well, I used
Yeah,
the
get up
rapier
there
to
if
do
you
it,
wanna do it.
and that thing was surgically sharp.
It's
So
wicked sharp.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking sharp.
I probably won't feel it until tomorrow.
Yeah, if even then, really.
I can't wait to identify this thing.
Yeah, I guess we'll go back up. George. Pleasure doing business with you.
Business, right?
I'm so sorry, Gidget. I didn't know that this is what was gonna happen.
You know, Gidget, I don't know why you're so caught up on this. People lose
cutting
body
off
parts all the
body
time.
parts?
Well, body parts are the last thing I know most of the time.
It's different when we're fighting and like defending ourselves.
Are dwarves like lizards? Like, will it just grow back?
There's some cool pictures of lizards.
Yeah.
No.
I guess it's no.
No.
The great difference between losing a body part in combat and out of it is that, well, you don't get paid in combat.
Well put.
True.
Well, if you're fighting to live, then you get paid with your life.
But even then, you don't get any money for your life once
I'll,
it's taken.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
life is useless.
I guess I'll do my best to make it worth it.
Yeah, I'll see
Better.
you look and go, you lose
Wow.
that thing, you owe me a finger.
I'm not the one that lost the last one.
I know.
Wow, tried to guilt for more limbs.
Damn, get called out.
Yeah, what will it
Yeah,
take?
won't let it
more...
go even after he cuts off a limb. To make it
Even the cat called you out.
Hey, Oscar, how many
How
body
many
parts
limbs
are
are
you
you
willing to
part with?
Shimmer, please?
Oh, God, you're not considering this, right?
I mean, if Val would be willing to lose a body part, I'd go with another body part.
I
Shit,
pull out a
come-
checkbook.
I'm gonna start leaving before this turns into an arms race.
I pull out a checkbook and I say, sir,
Yes,
if you would like, I can give him prices for each limb.
Oh my.
we just end up in a pile of body parts dead. So what are we talking here? Like, if I cut off a finger, you'll do another one?
For another
Sir.
mithril sword, yeah. Well, that would be 2
Instead
mithril
of,
swords.
You should probably ask to see if he's willing to do that trade again before you start lobbing off fingers.
Well, yeah.
This might be like a one-time thing, you know? It kind of cheapens it if you just keeps happening.
I mean,
Yeah, I think maybe you're just a little too eager to do it now, and sort of the
Now he's kind of weirded out about
the
it.
excitement is lost.
gotten more for less. He's weirded out about it.
Yeah,
He's
even
the one who wanted
even
the-
Brax is a little like, whoa, dude, come on.
He's the one who wanted the body part chopped off, or fucking rapier. The special.
It's
special
a very nice rapier.
overrated rapier from the fucking stars.
It's not overrated.
Made. Oh, this sword is
It
made
is
out of
beautiful.
stardust. It's special. We sell kale with this too.
Woo.
Yeah, that kind of weird, organic, stupid shit.
It's stardust.
I turn to Val and I say, instead of foregoing your own limbs, I could always pay Ulfgar from the treasury.
Well,
To cut off.
I'm not going to sell Val my limb. Let's just go up to the forge.
Very well.
That's a
And I
great
pull out
idea.
my checkbook.
if you gave me your limbs, I could sell them, and you can get 15% if you want.
Commission.
Yeah.
I take commission on your limbs.
Just putting that out there to everybody, not just Ulfgar.
You're sick.
Don't
No.
talk that way to my master.
Can you put your hand or your flipper on my head? Do I have a fever?
So wait,
I put a flipper on your head. It's perfect temperature, sir. It's quite healthy.
Yeah, see, I'm perfectly healthy.
So when
So
we
wait,
get to
well,
the fort,
does Val owe me 6,000 gold for each body part that he has on mine? Is that what we're discussing here?
As Gidget mentioned before, body parts that are lost in combat are a different story.
Well, the finger definitely wasn't in combat.
Well, you threw me the finger, so
Well, I assumed you wanted it.
I did. You were correct. I was prepared to take anybody's body parts should they lob them off, but
Payment has been meted and has been given away foolishly to another member of the party.
is Mithril spelled with an I or a Y?
An eye.
Okay.
But yeah. Anyway, so you make it up to the top.
Yes.
Oh, there. The dwarves are all not here.
Alright.
But yeah, that's where you're at.
Just break everything.
Once we get there, I'm going to take my old rapier out of its scabbard and give it to Ulfgar to do what he wants with it. And will my new one fit in the scabbard that I have, or will I need it to be resized?
No, it should fit.
Okay, I will go ahead and admire it in my new scabbard. Or rather, my new sword in my old scabbard.
Okay. So it looks real fucking good.
Oh yeah. Do we?
I'll just wrap up the old scabbard in one of the tarps you bought.
Yeah, take
Stick
back
it in the
this
bag.
piece of shit you bought me.
Well, he
unless-
has the bag of holding, so.
Actually, I'm gonna have Val. I'm gonna go. Val, hold this. Gabriel, can I borrow that for a second? Now hold this.
not a coat rack.
I take it instead.
See,
Thank you. This is
dude.
why we have a servant.
well, he's supposed to notice the quality.
Oh, what? Quality?
Don't you see the quality between the rapiers? One's like kick-ass rapier, worth a finger.
Ulfgar
I-
gets it.
I
still don't
described
think
the
so.
quality to Val.
Body parts are invaluable. I don't care about whatever that is. Angel dust.
That's the
That's
man
different.
with an orphan bloodstone.
Pretty sure angel dust is a drug.
Yeah.
This is
Does
mithril.
sound like it.
Again. Orphan blood. It's got, intrinsic, tragic energy.
It's got the stuff that plants crave.
It's evil.
Yep.
Um,
Gatorade, orphan blood.
evil is a strong and overused word in this day and age, and it's really kind of bumming my vibe right now.
I use it for exactly what it needs to be used on. It's evil.
Okay. So anyway, what are you guys doing up here?
Do we want to wait to see if the dwarves come back?
Well, we've got stuff to identify.
Yeah, that's
and
why I was
we
asking.
We don't need them here, do we? Or just
I thought we were just going for the sword.
Yeah, sword and to identify stuff.
Yeah,
Because we can use magic up here.
I want to identify my new rapier and at least the dagger. If you guys have some money to burn and time to kill, then I could do the rings as well. cut the time in half if Val helps.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'll plop some gold down on a workbench.
Okay, I think it's 100. Yeah, 100 gold per item.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a lot.
Sure is.
Takes up most of my gold.
So
I'll pay the 500.
Oh,
You
okay.
Scar.
If
Go for it.
There is nothing cooking in the forges at the moment, right?
No.
Oh.
Yeah,
I mean, it is still emitting that bright light, so it's kind of hard to tell. But there's no dwarves feeding it stuff.
yeah.
you should try your hand. Find an empty forge and then.
Yeah, can I go
See what you
forge
can do.
myself a new pinky finger?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like the one that what's his name? Peter Pettigrew has, like, but not a whole hand, just a finger.
I was thinking like Thorin,
Yeah.
the foreman of the forge, has fully arm.
Yeah.
You could certainly try. It might be better to like pay for one, but sure.
I'm going to identify the rapier, the dagger, and my ring, and I'll let Val identify the rest of the rings.
Okay.
And then we can do the sword later when we get it.
Yeah. So the rapier. So one thing that's sort of a common to weapons forged here is that they sort of come unnamed. Kind of up to you to name them. Because they're not like an actual artifact yet.
Right.
Um,
I have to give it the legend.
right. So you don't get a name when you identify it, but it is a +2 rapier.
Ooh.
On a hit, a creature must make a DC 10 con save, or have their movement speed reduced by half. And you, once attuned, of course, all of these are once attuned,
Right.
have resistance to cold damage.
Cool.
Then dagger.
And the on hit thing, that's just on every hit, or does that have like charges?
It's on hit, but it's like the first hit on an enemy, and then it doesn't do it every time. It's just that one,
Okay.
like the yeah.
So
So there's no charges, but it's like if
I
there's
get
like 4
one
enemies,
effect per enemy that I hit. Okay.
right?
Per encounter.
Okay. Cool. It's dope.
Let's see. The dagger is a +1, and with the requirement that it, uses your spell slot, you may store a spell of level 3 or lower. It has to have a casting time of 1 action or less, and it still uses your spell slot to store, but it can be indefinitely stored in the dagger.
Okay.
It also critical hits on a 19 or a 20.
Do you need to be attuned to be able to pump a spell in there?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry. You can store a spell in it of level 3 or lower.
Right.
And then what?
19s are crits.
19 or 20.
Right. So the spell that I store in there, that can just be like released whenever, or released on hit, or what?
Yeah, at your leisure.
Okay.
Uh,
I
might be a
assume it
bonus
takes some.
action to use it.
Okay. That's really cool. Awesome.
And then what else are we identifying?
All the rings. I have the red one and Val has the rest.
Well, let's start with the red one. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. Let's see. Advantage against poison. The duration of negative conditions is reduced by 3 rounds. Once per day, you may grant yourself advantage on any religion skill check.
Cool.
Which one are we doing next?
The purple one.
Your maximum hit points are increased by 5.
Okay.
Advantage against effects that cause petrified.
Okay.
Once per day, you may grant yourself advantage on any intimidation skill check.
Okay. The
Is
green one.
somebody writing this down?
God, I hope so.
I wrote down the things that I identified,
Okay.
but I was still writing, so I wasn't paying attention to that one.
So, the purple one is to
+5
Maximum.
health,
yeah maximum health.
advantage against being paralyzed,
Petrified.
petrified, and 1 charge per day of advantage on intimidation.
Yep.
And okay. Next is the green one.
Who has the green one?
That would be Val still, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he has all the others.
Yeah, I have all 4 of them.
You know, I
Who's-
haven't chosen one yet. So.
Yeah, like who's going to get the green one?
We don't know.
I mean, honestly, Gidget's probably gravitated towards the yellow one.
So there's green. What was the last
Oh.
color?
So red, purple, and yellow have been accounted for. There is a blue one, and the green one up for grabs.
I will probably take the that match my beard.
Yeah, pretty close.
Well, I mean,
I don't think there's a shade of blue that really matches your beard, but it's
yeah.
so it sounds like
It's
sounds like-
Ulfgar blue.
your car's gonna get the green one.
If it's given to him.
Uh,
I don't see why not.
kind of gotta know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Then Durkar, roll a d4.
I can't wait to blow up immediately. That would be a 4.
Oh. Okay.
You blow up immediately.
No.
That disappointment, Scott. Wait,
Oh,
So, boy, once per day, you can reduce damage taken by 4.
I cannot make out anything you're saying.
I did.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah. Once
I think
per
that's
day,
just
you
me.
can.
Yeah. Once per day, you reduce damage taken by 4.
Okay.
You may. Yeah. You immunity to stunned. And oh my god, really? It had to be you that got this, right? Your dexterity score is increased by 1.
Oh boy. I don't think that's gonna help me too much, but I do like it nonetheless.
Hey, Durkar, you want to trade?
Cat
That would
agrees.
put me. That would put me up to a 16 from a 15.
Nope. Unfortunately, he already rolled the d4, so it's his.
Yeah.
I mean, you could re-roll the d4 if you really wanted to trade, but
Wait, so the effects are different depending on who's using it?
no, it just seemed more fair to be whoever gets it rolls the dice.
That's fair.
The ring picks the user, Mr. Gabriel.
What's the next ring?
Yellow.
Yellow. Immunity to petrified. Wisdom is increased by 1. Once per day, you may pass an intelligence saving throw you otherwise would have failed.
It's pretty damn good.
Yeah, that's not bad. And then the blue one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Advantage versus effects that inflict curses, diseases, or levels of exhaustion.
Oh God, I really.
Let's see. Once per day, you may grant yourself advantage on any medicine skill check. Intelligence is increased by 2.
Nice. Okay, got it all down.
And while you don't yet have the sword, let's go ahead and get that written down right out of the gate. It is a +2. I will roll for this one. I'm the DM and I make the rules.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, it's a 4, so yeah. Weapon attacks deal an additional 4 fire damage. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. I have a quick question about my new dagger. When I store a spell in it, how long does that spell stay stored?
Until you do it again.
Okay. So that's incredibly useful, actually.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I would not
Sweet.
look that in the mouth.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. While we are doing that, do the dwarves show up?
No, they do not.
No,
It
my
is
guess is they're in bed.
very much daytime.
Oh, that's right. They can only work at night. I forgot about that.
And
All
we
right.
will roleplay the next night. Next week.
Yeah.
Nice.
Seems like as good a time as any two.
Are there any more slag crystals just laying about?
I mean that pile that was there is still there.
I'm gonna go collect some more of those.
Okay, yeah. There's probably like, I don't know, 7 in total. They're a little bit smaller though. They're like maybe golf ball sized. It seems like he gave you the bigger ones. Yeah, give them to you.
was a good session, and we didn't blow up anything. Luckily.
Yeah, it was a good
Well,
test to
just,
see how things would go.
There's still time for those probably magically infused beetles to start getting into mischief.
I need to like
Maybe.
congratulate Durkar on his amazing
Yeah, I really thought it was gonna be Val. That did
Were
that.
my 5 mithril coins also consumed in that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty
I
sure
think
those mithril
fortunate.
coins might be the heart of those gold beetles.
Lost me so much damn money.
But you made 3,000 gold off of the toe of Wolf, or off of the pinky of Wolfgar.
True.
I mean, you
Out of
did
the-
get a pretty dope sword out of it.
Yeah.
It was
With the 3 magic items that I got out of this, I'm sure that definitely takes care of that.
Yeah, I mean,
I
the grand
still-
total money value of all the shit you just got, pretty fucking high.
I still begrudge you though.
I think that was happening a long time before this happened.
Yeah.
But in a sense, I took the bullet for Val because everyone lost their bet on who it was that was gonna cast magic first.
And that's really what
That's
being
all
a
that
good
matters.
servant is about.
Yeah. Durkar works in mysterious ways.
He does, and I love him.
On a side note, I'm naming my rapier Moraltaw,
Okay,
which means great fury in Old Irish.
that's fun. Great figure.
I can't wait to meet the Irish in this game.
Yeah.
Did
I
we
can
get
think of
experience?
a name for my
Yeah, I think everybody got 1,000 experience.
Cool.
Nice.
How close is everybody to leveling? Probably not super.
I'm very close.
4,000 on the way.
9,000-ish away.
Roughly 6,000 it looks like.
I can't wait for a character to die
Yeah,
so that they're
6,000.
put at level 7.
5,500.
Okay. Yeah. That's pretty great.
Yeah, it was a good session.
Yep.
Thanks, bud.
We got the magic out of the way. And to be fair, I did literally only get magic last session.
That's true.
God damn it.
Interesting.
The guy sabotaged you without even realizing it.
Yeah, I feel like it was on purpose, to be completely honest.
Nope.
It's like, here's all this magic stuff you can do, and by the way, you can't use magic.
Yeah.
So just go ahead and don't pay attention to anything I just gave you.
Yeah.
Maybe
Take
they
a break.
should implement a ward boulder here.
Yeah, it's just an indestructible ward.
Uh-huh.
God, can we just drop like a boulder nuke on this town? Oh, that would be great.
Now that the idea is in my head, I'm kind of obsessed with the whole, like, daggers that you can summon back after throwing them. That would be so badass.
They could probably be bought.
Yeah, I imagine I might be able to commission, like, a belt or, like, some sheaths or something that might be able to have a similar enchantment.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably just buy those daggers.
Yeah, but then
Probably.
it would be so much cooler, though, to be able to, like, use any daggers
Right.
with the
Right,
with
or
the
just
belt.
like use rocks.
Because, like, if I could use my brand new soul dagger and my dagger of snakes, then I'd be set.
Pretty OP. Yeah.
Just throw them at people's necks. and
Yeah,
then
I
throw 'em
wouldn't need
back.
magic after that. I could just be a knife thrower, and it would be the coolest fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean, who needs vicious mockery when you throw a snake knife at people?
I don't even know vicious mockery.
You're a bard. And you
You're a
don't know.
bard that doesn't know.
Yeah.
That's like
I
the
know-
coolest
Cleric.
cantrip in the game. Other
I
than
know 9
I'm a
cantrips,
cleric
and none of
that
them
doesn't
are
know
vicious
any
mockery.
healing spells.
I think that's the equivalent. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've got Ray of Frost, Shocking Grasp, Eldritch Blast, Sacred
And you
Flame.
only ever use one of them.
Well, because it's by far the most superior cantrip.
All of these
I'm a
things
mage
need to
that
be attuned,
only
right?
uses their dagger.
If I ever fight undead, I'll use Sacred Flame.
What's that over bar?
They all have to be attuned, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some juggling around to decide what I want to keep attuned.
None
Good
of them
thing
are.
you're not attuned to that bow anymore, huh?
Yeah.
I
Well, it
definitely.
still puts me at figuring out what to get rid of.
Yep.
Yeah. I guess my bouncy ball I can do without being attuned to.
Yeah, god damn it. Can I just throw I should throw that off the ship.
No. So
Okay, well,
Feed it
I'm
to
about to
Does-
lose you. So, question quickly.
does the bouncy ball still retain its super bounciness property even if I'm not attuned to it? Because like its main thing is it gives me sleight of hand bonuses.
It's bounce. It's not super.
Damn it. Still worth it for my dope ass new stuff.
It's going overboard.
I'm
No.
gonna chuck it overboard and it's gonna hit a dragon. And...
Oh, that would be great.
Okie dokie. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.
Alrighty.
See you tomorrow.
Nice, Scott.
Night,
Scott.
everybody.
Thanks
You're
for the
welcome.
session.
And thanks for everyone who watched. Watch tomorrow's game. See you next week.
Woohoo.